What better way than to take on another legitimate Stanley Cup contender? It's a battle of heavyweights, the Blues and the Penguins. The top goal scorer in the league, Alexander Steen of the Blues. The top point getter, Sidney Crosby for the Pens. Should be a lot of fun tonight, and it all begins right now on Root Sports.
Evgeny Malkin's goal-scoring drought has been well documented, but to his immediate left, his right-hand man, James Neal, returning to the lineup tonight for the Penguins after missing 15 games with an upper body injury. That's great news for the Pens, who meet the St. Louis Blues tonight here in St. Louis. And downstairs, Bob Airey is making history again in St. Louis. The first game he ever played in the NHL was in this city in the old Checker Dome. And tonight, he'll make history by being down on the ice on a Root Sports telecast for the very first time on the road, and a great view of a couple of the top scorers in the NHL, Bob.
Well, there's nothing like being right in the middle of it, Staggy, and I'm going to be in the middle of two of the greatest hockey teams, and Alexander Steen, who leads the National Hockey League, 14 goals in 14 games. When you got that many goals, you're shooting the puck from everywhere. And for Steen, it's inside, it's outside, and behind the net, leading them with 4 power play goals of the 14 that he has this year. Sidney Crosby leads the National Hockey League in points. His dad in the city of St. Louis, the final building on the road that he'll get to see his son play. He's done the whole tour, and 23 points for Sidney Crosby, but he's got to look at David Backes, one of the toughest, meanest two-way players, kind of cut out of that mold of Ryan Kessler. He's able to put pucks in the net as well, and David Backes is going to be in the face of Sidney Crosby all night long in this one.
Well, James Neal has played only 3 minutes and 49 seconds of hockey this year. That was in Game 1 against New Jersey, the opener. He's missed 15 games, Bob, and had only one real full practice. Looks like they might want to ease him back into the lineup because they've got him penciled in on the 4th line tonight.
Well, I think that might be wise. You know, it's going to be a physical game here. I know they were concerned with his conditioning, and I'm a little surprised he is in the game tonight. But if he's good to go, he's good to go. He'll play power plays for sure against the St. Louis Blues, and we'll see if he's going to ignite Evgeny Malkin, who hasn't scored in his last 9 games.
Joe Vitale, born August 20th, 1985 in St. Louis, Missouri, played high school, junior U.S. hockey, and college hockey. On his way to the NHL in Pittsburgh, he's hoping for a winning homecoming, and he'll speak with Dan Potash in a moment.
Well, 2 years ago, I'm sure that Joe Vitale was too nervous to eat as he prepared to play his first NHL game in his hometown of St. Louis. Well, last night before your second game, I'm sure you ate like a king because you had the team at your house for dinner. What was that like to have the guys in your home?
Yeah, it was pretty special. My family did a great job. Everyone pitched in and made something, so it was a great night. The guys ate well. Everyone had a good time, so hope it'll bring us some luck tonight.
Yeah, now it's all business tonight, and I know you would love to get a point here in St. Louis. How do you do so against the St. Louis team that has 4 lines that they can roll?
Yeah, they're stingy. They like I say, they're 4 deep, great D. The goalies are on right now. They're the benchmark for how good teams are in this league. So we have our hands full tonight. We're going to know where we're at for tonight.
Joey V, thank you.
Thank you.
Paul Staggerwald, all yours, buddy.
Thank you, Danny. Well, it was a beautiful sunny day today here in St. Louis, and sunshine has returned to the Penguins lineup as well. Bo Bennett comes back after missing 11 games with an injury. Good to see him back. Penguins and Blues coming up.
Penguins hockey on Root Sports is brought to you by Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield for access to everything from preventative care to world-class specialty care. By Western PA Toyota dealers. Now's the time to go places with Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com for special offers. And by McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Pittsburgh, PA. St. Louis, Missouri. A rivalry that grew this summer and fall on the diamond.
The Bucks are off and running against the Cardinals.
And tonight in St. Louis, that rivalry continues on the ice as 2 of the NHL's superpowers collide. Scores! It's the Penguins and the Blues next on Root Sports. Well, they haven't been selling out here in St. Louis, but there's going to be a great atmosphere here for a Saturday night hockey game, and it's going to be a tough night, you would guess. Got a very good one for Marc-Andre Fleury, our Kia starting goaltender.
Well, Marc-Andre Fleury wanting to bounce back in this hockey game, and this man, Yaroslav Halak, is familiar to the Penguin fans, a former Montreal Canadian. And Ken Hitchcock, the bench boss here in St. Louis, Daggy.
Jack Adams winner in 2012. Dan Bilesman behind the other bench, a Jack Adams winner in 2011 as Coach of the Year in the NHL. Both coaches leading their teams to division titles last year and off to great starts this season. This is an interesting matchup here. Joe Vitale's in the starting lineup, and it's a matchup of tough guys and grinders here to start the hockey game. So we'll see what happens. The Penguins going with Tanner Glass, Craig Adams, and Joe Vitale up front. And for the Blues, it's Chris Stewart, Ryan Reeves, and
Here we go.
Here
we go, England. Reeves.
Ryan Reeves, Derek Engelland. Oh, a couple of good solid rakes, and then a couple of rakes for Derek Engelland as well. They're throwing bombs at those right hands, Bob.
It's unbelievable. What a way to set the tone in this hockey game. Everybody looking for an edge. A long scrap here, England.
Wow.
Over a minute with Ryan Reeves. It comes in with 45 penalty minutes in his 14 games. And England lining up on defense with Brooks Orpik in this game. He moved right up and went at it with Reeves. Take a look at the opening face-off. Craig Adams is just going to move out of the way, right behind the official with the puck. And as Dave Jackson looks back, he says, "Stay out of the way, boys." And Adams moves out of the way, and Reeves and England, they do the dance.
Well, the Penguins started those guys because they wanted to have Joe Vitale in the starting lineup to start the hockey game. Obviously, being from St. Louis, when he's out there with his line mates, and they're all pugilistic players, with Derek Engelland also joining Brooks Orpik, who's replacing Paul Martin in the lineup for the Penguins tonight. Martin is out with an injury. So it just so happens that all those tough guys are on the ice, and, well, you saw what happened. And now we're playing hockey with Derek Engelland and Ryan Reeves in the box, 5 minutes each for fighting. And Joe Vitale tries to get the puck deep into the St. Louis zone. Shattenkirk able to push it ahead along with LaPierre, who dumps it to the right wing corner. And now Olli Maatta with a good reverse play there on a puck retrieval, hands it off to Matt Niskanen.
That's one way to get quick outs, Staggy, and that is to reverse that puck, because the Blues are going to want to get in there on the forecheck, get to the body early, as are the Penguins. That reverse, that play that Maatta just made, that's a way that you can, kind of slow down a forecheck.
Well, Bob, you had a front row seat for a fight to start the hockey game. Not a bad way to get your on the road work going here down there between the benches. Now the Blues, Alex Steen, the top goal scorer in the NHL, number 20. Keep your eye on him. The Penguins take it away from him. Don't let him get any chances there as Chris Kunitz dumps it up into the right wing corner and gets in after it. Jay Bouwmeester rides him into the glass. Reversed back behind the net by Dupuis to Kunitz, and now to Sidney Crosby. Back for Chris Kunitz. Kunitz swings it out towards the point. Letang can't hold it in. Under a little pressure there from Alex Steen. Protects the puck nicely, keeps it away from Steen. Quickly headmans the puck, but a good read in the neutral zone. Berglund picking it off. Patrick Berglund driving in. And just goes down. There was no help there for him. The Blues were changing behind the play.
Yeah,
and now the puck lifted out to center ice.
Yeah, and that was Pascal Dupuis on the back check there, Staggy. And you remember Pascal Dupuis, he didn't finish the last game for the Pittsburgh Penguins. He looks healthy. He's good to go. Along with James Neal.
Chris Letang goes back for the puck into his own zone. Berglund takes him hard into the boards, but following on to take the puck is Evgeny Malkin. A little spring in his step with his partner James Neal back in the lineup tonight. Now up the left wing comes Jussi Jokinen to James Neal. James Neal is out here with Malkin. Jokinen shoots it long, and it's steered away by the goaltender, Yaroslav Halak. Now Berglund sends it in behind. Roman Polak's got the puck for St. Louis. Moves it out to center where it's steered in by Vladimir Tarasenko. And handled by Marc-Andre Fleury. Both teams are shuffling the deck as Brooks Orpik takes it in front of his own goal.
Oh, what a throw for Tarasenko to get in there against his idle. And Evgeny Malkin, Tarasenko just looked up to him so much, Staggy, in his growth and development, and he was out in the ice against him.
Penguins have the puck. Sutter with a shot and a save by Halak. And no rebound. Take a look at our Rivers Casino tips to win, Bob.
That's going to be a tough game. You better come prepared for this one. Everybody knows it started off that way. Stay disciplined, though. These power plays are hot. And quick outs. We talked about the Mata, the reverse, and the Penguins want to get it out of their zone in 8 seconds if they can. And anytime you can keep that steam line out of your end, you're doing a pretty good job.
Up into the Penguin zone comes Stewart. Niskanen rides him into the boards. Ole Mata sends it around near side. Shattenkirk pinches in. Up the near wall comes Sutter. And Derek Roy, the former Buffalo Sabre, trying to clear it away from Sutter. Barrett Jackman moves it to the right wing to Chris Stewart. Into the middle now to Sobotka. And Vladimir Sobotka dumps it all the way to the far corner. Derek Roy gets in after it. The Blues want to get that forecheck going. Bouncing puck. It is going to be cleared, though, by Sutter back to center ice. And Sobotka with it. Very valuable, versatile player for the Blues. Top faceoff man of the NHL, number 17. He dumped it in and went to the bench. Chris Porter back in the lineup for the Blues tonight. He was not dressed in there. 3-2 win over the Calgary Flames earlier in the week. Up the near wall comes Pascal Dupuis, and he hands it off to Sidney Crosby. Crosby, cross ice. Letang broke his stick as he tried to shoot it. And Letang goes backing up towards the Penguins bench. He'll grab a new stick. No, he won't. He'll just go to the bench. He's replaced by Brooks Orpik as Pascal Dupuis drops it off to Robert Bortuzzo.
Paul Martin not in the lineup for Pittsburgh in this hockey game tonight. Undisclosed why he is not in the lineup. And with Engelland in the penalty box, Penn's down to 5D.
And now Fleury gloves the puck down, and he'll sweep it over to Orpik, who sends it back over to the far side. Pascal Dupuis with a quick play to move it into the center ice area, but David Backes in good position there with a long shot. And Fleury will freeze the puck. So Bob Airey has some new digs on the road, right down there between the benches here in St. Louis.
Oh, this is great stuff down here. It starts off with a fight, but what I'm seeing here with Ken Hitchcock here, a lot of changes. These guys talked about line matches. Hitchcock talked about it. Bausma talked about it this morning. There hasn't been many whistles, a lot of touches, and quick line changes, 20, 30 seconds. These guys know it's going to be a taxing hockey game. They're playing at a high rate here right now. There's a lot of body checking going on. Whenever you use the body work, that really taxes you, tires you out quicker, and they want to make sure they get quick changes.
Sharp angle shot off the draw taken by Berglund, who's got 3 goals in 5 career games against the Penguins, including an overtime game winner. You got to watch out for him when he plays the Penguins. Number 21, Berglund. And the other Malkin tries to get the puck away, and it comes to Jussi Jokinen, and out to center now, where James Neal dumps it in behind the defense. And the Blues able to get the puck out. Good play by Ian Cole in the lineup tonight. Only his 3rd game in over 7 months. He never plays. He's a first-round pick of the Blues who's never in the lineup. He can't crack the lineup, but he's in there because Jordan Leopold, the former Penguin defenseman, is hurt. He got hurt the other night against Calgary. So Ian Cole, number 28. Was on the blue line tonight for the Blues, and he played a really good game against the Penguins a couple of years ago. Here's Kevin Shattenkirk with it now. Moves it over to Barrett Jackman, and out to Stewart. Stewart has only 2 goals. He goes ahead to Sobotka. A long shot, and a good stick save made by Fleury. Sobotka with it again. Centers, and right to Shattenkirk, and Fleury came over, and I think he got his arm on that. And Shattenkirk took the shot. It seemed to take off on him a little bit. He didn't get all of it. And now it's handled by Ole Mata. Out to the right wing, Sobotka picked it off. Stewart in over the line, but offside is Derek Roy on the right side, and there'll be a face-off in neutral ice.
No, Stewart got up quick. He wanted a piece of glass. For some reason at that blue line, not wanting to give any ground. The Blues had one opportunity in the back door. And Marc-Andre Fleury getting that right arm up. Not sure if he got a piece. As that just went off. You can see the fluttering puck right off the stick of Shattenkirk. And Shattenkirk has more assists per game than any defenseman in the National Hockey League. Chris Letang, more goals per game than any defenseman in the National Hockey League. D'Agostini, the ex-Blue, on the ice right now for the first look.
D'Agostini, a 20-goal season with the Blues a few years ago. He's Out here right now, and it's a big day for him, too, because he came to the morning skate, and all his former teammates were real happy to see him when he walked out to the bench. Robert Bortuzzo back to the puck. He's a likable guy, D'Agostini, with a great shot and a lot of speed. The Blues folks talk very highly of him. Long shot by Bo Bennett. Big rebound at the glove of Halak, and he's able to get to the puck on a second opportunity. And a good chance there for the Penguins. Bo Bennett will be back.
The Miller Lite Punch Top can. Let it flow. It's Miller time.
It's a great day for hockey when Bob Airey scores his first NHL goal back on October 4th, 1983 in his first NHL game against the St. Louis Blues right here in St. Louis. Day Automotive.
You know what? That's the first
memory,
time
Bob?
I've ever seen it, guys. Thanks very much.
That's the first time you've ever seen it?
That's the first time I've ever seen it. Ever.
I think we should show it to him again.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen that, guys. That's quite a surprise. That was a great day, and wow.
That's great stuff.
That was great stuff. First time I've ever seen it.
I look like I might even have brought a little tear to your eye there, Bob.
Good. I'm getting a little sentimental right now.
They said to us from the truck that they had to add color, Bobby. It was originally in black and white.
Oh, it's awful, isn't it?
That's not right.
That's not right. That's
Brooks
not
Orpik
fair.
back to the puck, moves it up the right wing to D'Agostini, number 22 of the Penguins, banks it off the boards to center. The Blues wearing their third jerseys tonight. As Brooks Orpik sends it back into the corner. Derek Engelland could not reach that little reversal there, but he hits Sobotka in the corner, trying to pry that puck free. Following on is Derek Roy, and he'll just hand it right to the Penguins. That's not what Ken Hitchcock wants his players to do. Penguins with an opportunity here as Bennett shoots it. It was blocked. Gets it back to Sutter. He tried to go in front of D'Agostini, and a good read right in front of the net by Ian Cole. And he finds Sobotka, who goes cross ice to Roman Polak. And he gets it inside the line to Chris Letang. Both teams are changing. Boy, a couple of players collided in the neutral zone as they were trying to head to the bench. And
yeah, Stuart, D'Agostini, and Kunitz, they all collided. You know, we talk about new players, new positions, new line mates, and you got a lot of changes in this game. With D'Agostini, Sutter, Bo Bennett never playing together. Neal's back for really the first time all season. And you had Engelland out of, you know, in the penalty box for a while. You got to be careful with your changes and communicate out there.
Sidney Crosby turns his back on Pietrangelo and hands it off to Dupuis. Back for Sid, back in behind the net. Now Kunitz after the puck back as picks his pocket, but Kunitz gets it right back and centered it off the shin guard of Pietrangelo, who quickly headbands that puck. And it's Ryan Reeves. Good hip check by Chris Letang as he sent him tumbling into the far boards. Letang went down too, but he got a good solid hip check on Reeves, who slowly goes back to the St. Louis bench.
And Oshie's got a Charlie horse or something coming back to the bench. And Letang, it looked like he was beaten. He went that extra mile to get the backside of his butt out there to knock Oshie down as it's offside at the Penguins blue line. Steen stepping on the puck, but Oshie is now standing up. Might have got a Charlie horse right in that quad area. Look at that extra little move to go across. And look at, oh boy, the splits. I mean, anything could have happened to Oshie.
Yeah,
could have been the impact into the wall there in that position.
TJ Oshie taking a tumble. I said Reeves, it was Oshie, 74. Now the puck taken by Robert Bortuzzo, and he moves it out to center. James Neal has it, moves it towards the right wing, and can't connect there with Malkin right at the blue line.
Interesting that Letang made that hit, guys. You know, with that hip check, you don't see that much with Chris Letang going across like that on Oshie. So great skating ability to do those crossovers to get him.
Berglund looks for the puck in the corner. Malkin trying to get it away. Now it is Jaden Schwartz, number 9 of the Blues, falling down. Bortuzzo just kept digging there until he got that puck free. Gets it ahead down to James Neal. Neal into the St. Louis zone. Barrett Jackman took it away momentarily. Now Jokinen swings it around near side. And Evgeny Malkin centers. Neal just could not find a handle on it as he wanted to shoot it before he really had it. Now he fires, and the save made by Halak. And again, he's able to control the puck, so there's no rebound.
But it felt dangerous, didn't it? Anytime the puck is on James Neal's stick, and it was there, you just sense that it could possibly be snapped into the top corner of that net in a split second, in a blink of an eye, as Halak takes that in the gut area.
It's a good sight there, seeing Gino and the real deal sitting next to one another again on the bench. On the draw, Vitale can't win it. The Blues control. This is Porter with it at center. Greg Adams all over him. Now it is Reeves trying to power his way around Brooks Orpik. He loses the puck to Craig Adams and immediately finds Derek Englund, who banks it ahead to center and is dumped in by Tanner Glass. He took a hit for his effort there from Roman Polak. Now Adams after the puck to the corner. Reeves tried to sweep it away. Adams finds Englund at the point. And now to Brooks Orpik. Orpik's wrist shot floats through the slot to the corner. Tanner Glass goes in shoulder to shoulder on Ian Cole. Swings the puck back over near side. Good quick pass by Orpik to Vitale. He tried to quickly get it to the net. Tanner Glass with a sharp angle shot stopped by Halak. Glass looks for the puck behind the net. So does Adams, and it's frozen against the cage. And with 10:30 remaining in the first period, there's a whistle. Here's our NHL's top scorers. Our barrel leaders, Sidney Crosby tops in points, and Alexander Steen tops in goals.
Incredible. And both dads with a shot. Obviously Thomas Steen, Alexander's father, was a great hockey player. Remember him with the Jets. And Sidney Crosby, his dad, in the building, drafted by the Montreal Canadiens. 14 goals in 14 games for Alexander Steen. You got to go back to Brett Hull days when he had 16 in 14 games to get that kind of production. What a start for Steen.
Dupuis able to chop it to the corner. Centering pass. Kunitz, and a good save by Halak. He didn't have to move very far. He was in good position to stop that quick shot by Chris Kunitz. Now Backus knocks down Kunitz at center ice. He gets back up. Backus dumped the puck in. Letang is there. Pascal Dupuis left the game the other night in New York in the third period. Good to see him back. We weren't sure what his status was towards the end of the week, but he is fine. And in the lineup tonight against the Blues. On the near side, Steen with a shot off of Matt Niskanen. Over to the far side and taken by Letang. And his pass went behind Chris Kunitz. There won't be any icing on the play as Alex Pietrangelo goes back for the puck, number 27. 7 shots for the Penguins, 3 for the Blues so far in this game. Both of these teams start well. And the Penguins really have been the better team here to start the game. Malkin out in front. Oh, the pass went right past Sutter. Now Ole Mata backhands it into the slot. Ole Mata with great gap there, preventing that lead pass to Roy. Now
he knocked it out of the air,
zone.
Mata knocked that pass out of the air.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was really good stuff.
Now Roy quickly finds Sobotka into the Penguin zone. Sobotka shoots it. And fired it high and wide off the glass all the way out to the point. Shattenkirk back to the net. Oh, he had Fleury leaning one way and he had to reach back the other to make the save. Now Jackman with a shot wide of the goal. Shattenkirk gets to the puck, spins away from Bo Bennett. Good passing here by the Blues. Shattenkirk to Stewart. Stewart way out by the blue line. Dishes it off to Berglund to Shattenkirk. His shot blocked by Bo Bennett, who was standing right in front of him. And Bo Bennett just doing his best to try to get it out. Couldn't do so. Berglund in front all alone with Stewart, and he steered it wide of the goal. Berglund centers and nobody home. And it comes all the way out to the blue line. And Jackman. Barrett Jackman. And it's taken away nicely by Evgeny Malkin.
Oh, Bo Bennett's really hurt and missed 11 games. Back in, blocked a shot off the foot. And he's limping back to the Penguins bench.
Greg Adams in on the forecheck. Plants Jackman against the boards, who came off that hit beautifully and moved it back to his partner, Kevin Shattenkirk. A long lead pass up the left wing to Jaden Schwartz, but his line mate Tarasenko was offside, and now
Vitale, Lapierre. All the boys getting into it. The Penguins' fourth line. And Polak, the big defenseman of the Blues, is on the ice as well. Well, it's getting nasty. You gotta love it here in St. Louis.
It's rewarding to see the results.
UPMC. We take care of the Penguins and the fans who stick by them.
When you're delivering the biggest holiday ever, you better have the right trucks. Like the Ram 3500 with best-in-class torque, best-in-class towing, and best-in-class payload. Or Ram 1500 with best-in-class fuel economy. Because at Ram, big things are always underway. Start your holiday with some of the best deals of the year at the Ram Big Finish event. Get 0% APR financing for 72 months on all 2013 Ram trucks.
I look back very fondly on the impact he had on my life in terms of not only hockey, but as a person, and to see him inducted in the Hockey Hall of Fame is real special for our family. My mom passed away a few years ago, and of course my father passed away in 1990, and I know he'd be obviously extremely excited.
That's the voice of Penguins general manager Ray Shero. So excited for his father, who will be inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame officially on Monday. Ray was in Toronto last night to take part in the ceremonies on the ice there, with all the others who are going to be inducted. But of course, Fred Shero, the great coach of the Philadelphia Flyers. And congratulations to the Shero family. And I know it's been a great weekend so far for Ray Shero and his family. Here's the puck at center ice, and it's going to be turned by Oshie. He's back on the ice and appears to be all right. Back to Pietrangelo, to the corner now for Steen, to Oshie. His shot down low is stopped by Fleury.
Well, the last time out, Oshie was checking himself out after that hit he sustained. The hands of, well, the backside of Chris Letang, but he seemed okay there.
Now Matt Niskanen. Use the net as his ally here as he steps out. Moves it along for Chris Letang. Lead pass, Dupuis. Able to swing it up into the Blues zone. Crosby was interfered with there by Backus. Couldn't get in on the forecheck. And the Blues quickly bring the puck back to center. Jaden Schwartz dumps it into the Penguin zone.
Yeah, Backus got away with sticking his stick and his elbow into the side of Sidney Crosby there. David Backus, the assignment, the captain of the Blues on the captain of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
And Roman Polak just threw a hip into James Neal as he was trying to make a beeline to the puck.
Well, Bo Bennett blocking that shot with his instep. Looked like the left foot there, and he tried to get it out. He was testing it as well in the last stoppage, as was T.J. Oshie on the other side for the Blues. A couple of guys that have been, well, wounded, if you will, here in this first period.
Let's hope he's okay after missing 11 games.
Staggy, don't talk during this face-off. It's back, the Malkin-Neal combo.
That's right, Malkin and Neal right behind him, but the face-off is won by the Blues. Maxime Lapierre got his first goal of the season the other night. First goal in a long time, since late last year, against the Calgary Flames. Here's Derek Engelland moving it along for Brooks Orpik. Back up the near wing. Malkin backing out into center ice, trying to play that puck. He bumped into Shattenkirk, and now he gives it away to Schwartz, who fans on his shot. Berglund to the puck. Back behind the net for Jaden Schwartz. Jaden Schwartz protects the puck and moves it back in behind the goal.
No, we've seen James Neal's been out with every shift. Malkin's been on the ice here in this first period. We'll see how many minutes Neal can absorb here.
Schwartz with it, shoots it, and a good save again by Fleury. Barrett Jackman to the puck. He fires. Fleury stops that too. And James Neal has the puck for Malkin. Back to James Neal. This line of Berglund, Jaden Schwartz, and Tarasenko, very dangerous for the Blues. Evgeny Malkin pulls up on the far boards and taken away by Jaden Schwartz. Ken Hitchcock said that they get to the red zone, they just don't punch it into the end zone enough. But he feels that they're just ready to explode. And it was a good shift for that line. Now Bortuzzo moves it to the right wing, and D'Agostini steers it in behind the goal. Stopped there by Cole. Swings it up the left wing to Derek Roy. Stewart over for support as Roy moves it into the middle. Over the line, Sobotka shot it. It was blocked beautifully by Ole Mata, but to the corner it comes. And the Blues try to set it up out of the corner. Stewart gave it away. And Ole Mata able to find a way to get it to neutral ice. Now Stewart takes it on the near wall, turns, and is able to dump it into the Penguin zone. 5:28 to go in the first. Shots are even at 7. And the Blues have had some good scoring opportunities. Here's Cole with it. He fires one. Deflected away from the net. Bo Bennett back on the ice. Comes to center and softly dumps it up into St. Louis ice. In after it is D'Agostini. Halak moves it to the corner. Comes right to the Pens, though, and a centering pass. It was blocked away, but Vitale, who centered it, is going to get it back and move it out to the point. Penguins changing behind the play. Tanner Glass looks for the puck, but the Blues able to work it up the boards. Good work by Niskanen to pinch in and keep it alive. And now Ian Cole sends it out to center ice. And Chris Porter jumps it into the Penguin zone, right in behind the net. Fleury quickly moves it. Letang, under a little bit of pressure here, has the puck. And Letang moves it up the near boards and all the way out. Shattenkirk tried to keep it in. Barrett Jackman moves it to center. LaPierre got a stick on it. Now Vitale and Porter collide. Adams and Reeves as well. And there's some crashing and banging going on out there right now. Chris Letang with it. Sends it ahead. Adams got a piece of it to steer it into the Blues zone. Backus moves it ahead to center. Oshie dumps it into Penguin territory. Engelland goes back to the puck. Hard around for Pascal Dupuis. He steps out of the zone. Crosby didn't know where the puck was coming there. As Dupuis tried to pass it to him, he didn't see it. And then Dupuis took a bump. And now the Blues go the other way, and it's Oshie with a stutter step move on Derek Engelland. Cuts in behind on the backhand. Out to the point and Pietrangelo to the left side. Bouwmeester a drive. That's way off the net. And off the glass. Kunis tried to get it out. And it's held in by Oshie. And now he gives it away to Sidney Crosby. Crosby with a burst of speed. Coming to the goal. Oh, and Halak stands up to make the save on Sid.
Well, interesting enough, David Backes went off the ice in the offensive zone, which is where you should make your change. But that gave Crosby a chance to get away from David Backes, and he had a great opportunity on that breakaway. It was the end of the shift for Crosby. He didn't have a ton left in the tank, but he got away from the St. Louis defenders. And Jaroslav Halak was there to make a big save, his finest, as the puck was rolling on Crosby. Sidney Crosby, the captain of the Penguins on the right. David Backes, the captain of the Blues. And boy, he gets in the way. Any interference there? Well, he got away with that one, Backes. And just a big hit on Pascal Dupuis. You know, he's out there, David Backes. He's a good skater. You know, he got off the weights a little bit this summer and then concentrated more on just getting his legs moving. Typically a slow starter into seasons. Talking to the guys here in St. Louis, not a slow start by any means for Backes.
By the way, speaking of starts, the Blues have scored first in 6 straight games and 11 of 14 this season. And so far, they are off the board. Shots are even at 8 with 3:29 to go in the first period. Penguins would love to get the first goal here.
I think maybe a second clicked off the clock. They're going to hold it for a second and then drop this puck again. And James Neal out again with Sidney Crosby. He hasn't missed a shift yet. Or sorry, with Evgeny Malkin. Hasn't missed a turn yet.
Great to see him back.
Yep.
He looked good in the warm-up today, I thought. He's firing the puck. And here's Berglund with it. And Berglund swings it back into the corner, but we had no inkling he was going to play tonight. So we found out a little bit after 5 that the Penguins had taken him off of IR. Here's Niskanen moving it out to center. Jackman steps in. Jokinen bumps him. And the Blues able to regroup in the neutral zone and dump it into the Penguins' end. Chris Letang goes back for the puck. 2:55 remaining in the first period. Letang has a little bit of ice to work with here as he comes into the Blues zone, but offside call. We'd like to welcome Sudden Link subscribers from the Charleston area. Thanks for watching and rooting on the Pens. All of us at Root Sports and the Penguins appreciate your support. Charleston, West Virginia. We're bringing them Mountaineer sports as well here on Root Sports, so it's great to know that all those folks down there in the state of West Virginia can watch our hockey games and all the Mountaineer games. Here's Roman Polak with it. Headmans the puck, and it's going to come back down to the Penguin defense, and Derek Engelland ahead for Shattenkirk. Ian Cole steps in front of him. Must be tough, Bob, to not play more than 2 games in 7 months for Ian Cole. Now here's Brandon Sutter trying to get into the offensive zone. The puck is spun up into the seats on the near side.
It's tough to miss any games and to come in here and try to play at this level. I think about D'Agostini, who's had some lower body injuries for the Penguins already this season. Bo Bennett, same thing. And it's tough. You train all summer to get yourself going. And as James Neal talked about in the news and in the media this week, he said, hey, man, you get yourself ready. And he was in the best shape. And undoubtedly, James Neal was flying until he went down in game 1.
Penguins able to work the puck up the near wall. Derek Engelland taking a bump after clearing the puck. Now he'll go back into his own zone and play it again. And Derek Engelland, what a valuable guy to have. You saw him score that goal and the winning goal last Saturday. Here's Backes with it, shooting in the save by Fleury. Engelland trying to clear. And Steen holds it in, sends it back around near side. Now Engelland is playing defense for the Penguins. And of course got in that scrap right to start this game on the first shift. Here's TJ Oshie dropping it back. Jay Bouwmeester. Send it ahead off the skate of Steen. Bouwmeester gets it back and dumps it into the Penguin zone. Marc-Andre Fleury stops it there. Great first period for Fleury. Blues have 9 shots. The Penguins with 8. And another whistle in the neutral zone. Coming up in the first intermission, presented by your neighborhood Ford store with Rob King and Jay Caulfield. Dan Potash will talk with the real deal, James Neal. And of course, Jay will illustrate and have highlights for you. I'm sure Jay enjoyed that first shift.
Oh, yeah. He'd enjoy being down here because the bench, all the Blues were up as Bortuzzo came by the bench just snarling at them, and they were yapping back at Bortuzzo, so he's trying to get under their skin.
Puck is dumped into the Penguin zone, and Fleury stops it behind the goal, lifts it up off the glass. Reeves busting into the corner now for Porter. Porter with his quick feet. Joe Vitale watching him. Porter trying to get the puck to keep it protected from Vitale. Now Mata reaching in for the puck. Reeves works it to the point to Ian Cole. Back for Reeves out of his reach. Back around near corner for Robert Bortuzzo. Backhands it up the board. Pollock pinched in to keep it alive. And the Blues with a good shift here. They're good on the wall. But the Penguins end up winning possession of the puck. Vitale try to pass to Bortuzzo. Picked off by Reeves, who dumps it back into the corner. Down to the last minute of the period. The Blues were changing on that turnover, unfortunately.
Mata realized that, and he gave the puck to Letang, and now makes a change.
Moves it up the wing, and it's Jokinen slipping it inside the line. Barrett Jackman tried to clear it, and now they do get it back into the Penguin zone, and Niskanen goes back for it. 36 seconds to go in the period.
Yeah, Marc-Andre Fleury has helped the Penguins D out here in this first period, stopping some of the dump-ins. Hard rounds for the Blues, and he stopped up a bunch of them.
Look at Malkin here, moving into cross ice, shot out the side of the net. Well, James Neal got himself in position and addressed that puck in a way to get a pretty good shot off, but it just went off the side of the goal. Now Malkin with a big hit on the near side. It's going to be a penalty as he hit his fellow countryman Tarasenko.
He did. Jackman's coming after Malkin. Jackman just got tattooed by James Neal down at the other end, a former Calder winner, and Barrett Jackman. And Tarasenko, yeah, well, it used to be his childhood idol, Evgeny Malkin, but I guess that just went away. As he looks at him.
Watch how Neal gets himself set to shoot this puck on the pass by Malkin.
Well, he got himself set, and then after the shot, he just ran over Barrett Jackman. Oh, yeah, great position right there. Oh, wow, look at that. Strong. That's the kind of stuff you look for. The guy coming back from injury. You want to see if that core, everything's strong, legs, and there, Neal able to withstand that.
Now their line mate is in the penalty box. Malkin goes off. He said boarding the goal, and now Pietrangelo works it cross ice. The Blues put their power play to work here, but not much time to work with. And now we get another battle here. Brooks Orpik going at it with Alexander Steen.
I know as soon as Malkin made the hit on Tarasenko that, you know, he put his arms up as if to say Tarasenko turned his back on him and he was going to finish him off in Malkin's defense. And obviously the Blues would disagree with that. Here's Tarasenko here. Yeah, you know, I think he was looking at the numbers. Probably a good call. It wasn't a vicious hit by any means, but, you know, got a player in a predicament like that.
Well, the period will come to an end. The Blues, by the way, have the third-ranked power play in the league, ranked second on home ice. It's very dangerous. And it will have a minute 47 to work with at the start of the second period, Bob.
Yeah, but, you know, the Blues are accustomed to the one-goal games, and the Penguins, they want to play a road game. They knew it would be tough fighting for space in this game.
Rob and Jay, it's all yours.
All right, Staggy and Bob, thanks very much. And really, Jay, seemed like a very evenly played first period.
Yeah, Pittsburgh had the best of it in the first half, and then St. Louis started finding their way a little bit, but a good mix of everything. Again, some teams don't like to use a measuring sticks. I think both of these teams are looking at each other and seeing how do they size up. Right now, very even.
Yeah, it's exactly what you'd expect out of two Stanley Cup contenders, at least at this stage of the season. We'll see as the season wears on. Coming up on the first intermission report, presented by your neighborhood Ford store, Dan Potash with James Neal. Jay's going to telestrate. We'll also have highlights from around the league when we return.
Now, Penguins Intermission, presented by your neighborhood Ford store.
No score at the Scott Trade Center as we bring you back into the first intermission report presented by your neighborhood Ford store between two top teams, the Penguins and the Blues, alongside Jay Caulfield. I'm Rob King. Plenty of Jay coming up in just a moment. But first, let's get you back to Scott Trade Center where Dan Potash catches up with a guy we weren't sure we were going to see tonight, James Neal. It's brought to you by your Western PA Chevy dealers.
Well, guys, I consider James Neal a friend, but I don't expect him to tell me everything. However, this morning you were mum as far as telling us that you were going to play tonight. When did you feel that you were ready to go tonight against the Blues?
Last couple of days, in practice, I felt good. I wasn't sure until after, morning skate. So I felt good out there. So it's a good thing.
We've seen you be physical with Barrett Jackman, shot on goal, and quick shifts. Is that enabling you to kind of give it a good test?
Well, with a month off, the legs aren't at its peak right now. But like I said, I felt good. We'll keep going here. I got a couple shots off, a few bangs, so it's good.
James, thank you.
Thanks, Potash.
Gentlemen, the real deal has spoken.
Thank you very much, Dan, and it was a surprise. Nobody knew James Neal was going to be playing except maybe James Neal and the coaching staff from earlier today. Your thoughts on, what you heard from James Neal and what you saw in the first period?
I think you're trying to find and get everything underneath you and get back to game speed. Missing 15-plus games, and it's funny, as a player, you work hard all summer to get ready for that first game, and then he goes down right away. So, again, coming back in starts to solidify the lines. You see what the lineup can be. Great to see him back, a good opportunity. And you can see as the game went on, as the period went on, as his minutes went on, and that to get to 5 minutes in the first period, he got stronger, and it's great to see him back.
Of course, Neal and Bo Bennett back for the Penguins tonight. Good stuff as they finally have the full complement of forwards playing this evening. All right, stick around. Jay's going to telestrate when we return on the First Intermission Report, presented by your neighborhood Ford store. Darius Kasparaitis was a perfect fit in a city that loves tough defensive players. His hard-hitting style made him a fan favorite, but it was a rare goal in overtime of Game 7 of the 2001 Eastern Conference semifinals against Buffalo, for which he might be best remembered.
Taking over on the play is Robert Lang. He's got a trigger. Here's Kasparaitis. Twisting one. He shoots and scores. The Pittsburgh Penguins have won the series in overtime. Darius Kasparaitis. And ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has just left the building.
Including the playoffs, it was one of just 17 goals that Kasparaitis scored in his 6 years in Pittsburgh. But Kaspar's goal remains one of the greatest and most improbable in Penguins history. Kind of what we expected between two of the top teams in the NHL in St. Louis. What we didn't expect until just before face-off was the return of James Neal. Let's rejoin Paul Steigerwald and Bob Airy for the start of the second period from the Scott Trade Center.
Thank you very much, Rob. James Neal playing a little bit over 5 minutes in that first period. Bob, what were your impressions of him?
Good. I mean, that's all I can say. Got himself in positions to get shots. He used his body to match up size for size. And I think he shot the puck when he had the opportunity. He led the Penguins with 2 shots, and I think both shots, I would consider scoring opportunities. So I think James Neal, although he wasn't potent in that first period, he was available, got himself in a position to score, and that's a good sign for the Penguins and for James Neal. Well, I don't know if we're going to start with a fight this period, Staggy. Reeves and Eglin started. Reeves' dad played in the CFL for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. He was a tremendous football player. Along that vein, Jason Megna, his dad played as well for the Toronto Argonauts. Not in the hockey game tonight for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Megna, a scratch.
There's a look at Ryan Reeves. His dad was Willard Reeves, as Bob said, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And you said, Bob, he was a pretty good running back and kick returner, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of names. I don't watch a lot of the CFL, being in Pittsburgh, but I remember he was a good one. He was a good one.
Talking about fathers and sons, Alex Steen is on the ice. His dad, Tomas Steen, played for many years with the Winnipeg Jets, not the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. The Blues start off here on a power play to start the second period. Steen, top goal scorer in the NHL, moves it to Shattenkirk. Back for Steen. Alex Steen goes cross ice with a shot pass. And Alex Pietrangelo carries it, moves it up to Steen on the near side. Alex Steen with a puck. He's in a little room here as he cuts in behind the net. Backus is in front of the net. Oshie takes the pass to Shattenkirk. Wrist shot blocked away by Adams, and he was able to put enough on it to get it out to center ice.
Ooh, a good stiff cross check by Letang on Backus, who's trying to impede the vision of Marc-Andre Fleury. Boy, really a man's game in front of that net.
Fleury stops it behind the net, and Letang able to bank it off the boards to center ice. 47 seconds remaining on the penalty to Evgeny Malkin. Blues with a number 2 power play on home ice in the NHL, and this guy here can really carry the puck. Jay Bouwmeester, he dumps it in. And behind the net, Orpik looks for the puck. Moved out to the point by Roy, where Bouwmeester will take it. Looks cross ice. Wheeled back in behind the net. Ian Cole to the corner. Roy trying to get it to the point. He does to Bouwmeester. Back for Derek Roy, and Roy risks one off the stick of Letang to the goal. Near the side, where you saw that puck change speed. Now Roy tries to center. Good stick work there by Brandon Sutter to break it up, and he coolly gets control of the puck. Uses the net to protect it, and then sends it all the way down the ice past the leaping Sidney Crosby, as he was able to get out of the way of that to allow it to go all the way down, and that kills the penalty. Malkin steps on the ice. Tarasenko takes the pass off the wall into the Penguin zone. Cross ice, Stewart taps it out to the point. The Blues trying to control the puck in the offensive zone, but not a good pass there, as Barrett Jackman's got to go all the way back into his own zone to play it. Chris Kunitz in on the forecheck, just missed him with a hip check. And taken out by Niskanen, and he had a man right behind him, didn't know he was there, and Malkin able to get to the puck. What happened there, Bob?
He came off the bench. Schwartz, nobody said heads up or anything. Well, of course, the Penguins bench was to my left. The Blues right here, and Schwartz just snuck off. He's not a big man either. He went under the radar.
Now the Blues go D to D in their own zone, and it's Barrett Jackman. Leads it up ahead to Alex Steen. Now to Jaden Schwartz, who dumps it in. Matt Niskanen back to play it for the Penguins. Knocked off his stick by Steen, and the Blues end up with a puck. LaPierre back to the net. They direct it in, and it's Ryan Reeves getting the goal. A turnover, and the Blues take advantage.
Well, Alexander Steen has earned respect from everybody in the National Hockey League, and he got on Niskanen real quick. Niskanen tried to give him the how do you do. Steen steals the puck and gets to the net, and there's that redirect. And we saw the Blues working on this all morning long. And there is Reeves with the redirect off the LaPierre feed, something the Blues have worked on. And there he is. We just talked about him, Reeves, getting on the board.
So he starts the game with a fight against Eric Engelland.
And he won't
scores a goal.
Yeah, and he won't let Bennett get over to the, you're supposed to be even off these faceoffs. If we can go back to that, Reeves just imposed his will on Bo Bennett on the faceoff and was able to win a battle there. I mean, you can't give ground there. But he's a big, strong man, Reeves, the goal scorer. And really, he's earning his space out here.
Penguins go to work trying to get it right back. D'Agostini with it. Now on the near wall, Jokinen. A shot by Bo Bennett, and he rings it off the goalpost behind Yaroslav Halak. Bo Bennett came that close to tying this game with a good one-time shot.
I don't know if this game's going to open up right now. The Penguins have a lot of time to get back. They don't have to try to get it back in the next shift, but Bo Bennett almost did.
They give Steen a second assist on that, even though Niskanen got the puck back and wheeled it up the wall right to LaPierre. But Steen is still going to get an assist, a second assist. LaPierre, the man getting the first assist, as he was able to send it into the slot where Reeves directed it behind Marc-Andre Fleury. So the Blues have now scored the first goal in 7 straight games and 12 of 15 so far this year. 15 games, the fewest number of games anybody has played, any team has played in the NHL this year.
Yep. Steen just knocked into Olli Mata, who reached for his shoulder after Steen hit him from behind. Right down in front of me. Nobody else saw it. Nothing was called. Well, that's what I was talking about off the face-off here. Now, Reeves, Bo Bennett's entitled to half the ice. Reeves has got to stay on his half of the ice, but Reeves is well over, and he just overpowers Bo Bennett there, but then Bo Bennett in the offensive end takes that feed from Jokinen and rings that one off the bar to the glove hand. And the netminder, the Slovakian Halak.
Halak, of course, was the goalie for the Canadiens in 2010 when Jacques Martin, the Penguins' assistant coach, was coaching Montreal to a 7-game series win over the Penguins. There is a Pascal Dupuis with a backhand shot off of Halak's pads, and it is quickly skated out of danger by the Blues. But then the Penguins take it away in the neutral zone, and Brooks Orpik skating here under pressure. Nice play to move it along to Chris Letang with Derek Roy in on the forecheck. Now Sidney Crosby looks for the puck. It's going to be carried by Dupuis over the line, chopped away from him, and Chris Letang will take it at center.
And this is where the Penguins have to be patient, not turn the puck over in the neutral zone. The Blues are sitting back. They have the 1-0 lead. Get the puck deep and go to work.
Here's Sobotka with it, and they learned a lesson the hard way in New York the other night. They dominated play in the first period until about the last 5 minutes of the first, and the Rangers got 2 goals, and the Penguins didn't respond well to that. And they talked about it and had a hard practice after their loss to the Rangers.
And there is Ken Hitchcock, most wins all time. And just surpassed Jacques Martin with 615, and there's Scotty doubling up everybody.
And number 2 guy is Al Arbor, who was the captain of Scotty Bowman's St. Louis Blues team. Derek Engelland at center, under pressure now from Jaden Schwartz, who took it away momentarily. Engelland knocked it away from him. Niskanen back to play it. Derek Engelland there also. Now Malkin over. And the puck squirts to James Neal, who quickly moves it along for Niskanen. Snaps it out on left wing out of the reach of Malkin. And that's another hybrid icing call. And they'll bring it back into the Penguin zone. UPMC Sports Medicine injury update. Paul Martin missing tonight's game. He thought he might be able to go. Dan Bilesman said yesterday he was probable. And you see the others who are on the shelf. Face off to the left of Marc-Andre Fleury between Backes and Malkin.
Boy, there's some good fights off these face-offs. Steen trying to get it some space from Engelland. Those two battled. There's that bad angle shot.
Yep, and Fleury made the save. The rebound was up for grabs, but the Penguins got there, and Jokinen moves it ahead to James Neal. Neal pulls up, feeds it into the corner. Barrett Jackman goes back for it. Jokinen was on him, but now it'll be Steen taking it on the near wall. Steen trying to move it to the middle. Again, the Penguins get it. Jokinen to Malkin. Malkin to Neal. Neal the shot. He missed the goal. Off the corner boards, it's handled by Steen. Quick transition for the Blues as Backes dumps it in and gets in after his own shoot-in. Niskanen, though, able to get body position on Backes, send it up the wall. Reeves right off the bench, fires one wide of the goal. To the near side where Cole will distribute it into the other corner. Steen there again. A little reverse hit on Matt Niskanen to protect the puck for LaPierre. LaPierre swings behind the Penguin goal. Niskanen on him. And LaPierre in the corner takes a hip check from Bo Bennett. Now Reeves out of the corner with the puck. The Blues are strong on the wall. That's one of their strong suits. They're big guys, and they're good when the puck's on the boards. And the Penguins doing their best to make sure they don't get plays off of those battles on the wall. And the Penguins did win the battles and got the puck up into the Blues zone. Sutter is interfered with on the far side by Roman Polak. That'll be a penalty on the Blues. And now the Penguins will get their power play on the ice.
Yes, and that power play may involve these two men, Malkin and Neal.
There's a look at Joe Vitale playing in his second NHL game in his hometown, and you don't come to the Lou unless you have dinner at Joe's house. And that's right, Joe invited the entire team and staff to his home Friday for dinner, courtesy of Mom and Dad. On the menu, seafood for appetizers and Italian for dinner, and then the family getting not one but 2 suites here tonight to fill up with family and friends for Joe's second game in his hometown of St. Louis. Guys, how come we weren't invited?
Well, we're the media. Number 46 of the Blues is in the penalty box, Roman Polak. It's a UPMC Sports Medicine power play, and Chris Letang with it. The Penguins looking to tie it up here with a man advantage.
Danny, I liked eating my ribs with you last night. That was a treat.
Malkin sends it in behind the net. James Neal looking to make something happen here on the power play. Here's Letang. He fires it. Halak came telescoping out to make the save. Malkin with a shot, and that's blocked. Well, that was a great save by Halak. Letang held it, and Halak really was able to get out there and take the angle away from him. Now an offside call. No, they don't block it. I heard the whistle. The puck to the near corner, and Kunitz with it. Kunitz now to Malkin. Malkin tries to spin in front of the net. He's knocked down at the side of the goal by Bolmeister, but now held in by Letang. A heavy shot. And a blocker or shoulder save made by Halak. He's standing up to make the saves. Now Malkin against Pietrangelo. Stick on the ice. Somebody's without a stick. Is it Pietrangelo? He goes down on top of the puck. He's trying to move it with his glove. He does. Right to Sidney Crosby, however. Letang to Crosby. Kunitz is in front of the net. Crosby gives it away to Backes, who had given his stick to Pietrangelo, and he kicks the puck back up into the Penguin zone.
Plays a little soccer too. Does Backes? They use Backes, Steen, and Oshie on the kill.
Letang again with a wrister. He was looking for a redirect from Neal. Didn't happen. Now Crosby trying to get it to the point. Good work by Jokinen to make sure that puck didn't go the other way. Berglund was looking for a shorthanded opportunity. Neal with it. Out to Malkin. Malkin in front. Score! Directed in front of the net. Excellent work. Jussi Jokinen right there on the doorstep. Steers it in behind Halak, and the Penguins have tied the game.
Well, the man who scored the goal made the play at the blue line.
Yep.
Berglund tried to get it out. It looked like the Blues were going to go the other way for a shorthanded opportunity. Jokinen, he thwarted that. Look at 36 right here, making the big play at the blue line. And then the puck goes from down low over to Malkin, and Malkin, realizing that he has no angle there, Halak comes up, squares out, and nobody picks up. Jokinen going to the doorstep. That was an easy one. 1-1, but the play was made at the blue line defensively for Jokinen that led to that offensive chance.
Jokinen has a knack on the power play. He now has 8 goals in 15 games. Last 15 games for the Penguins. You see Jokinen, he's something else.
Boy, that was awfully close to right when that penalty, I believe, was going to expire. So make sure that does go down as a power play goal. If not, it doesn't really matter. It's 1-1.
On the near side now, taken by Roy, and he dumps it rink wide. It's a power play goal for the Penguins to tie the game at 1. And look out, the Blues with an opportunity and collision in front of the net. Berglund was interfered with. There'll be a penalty here against the Penguins. As Berglund went to the goal, he was knocked down before he could shoot the puck, and that's going to be considered a penalty here as Derek Engelland is headed to the box.
There's Stewart with the puck. It goes through the wickets of Orpik. And they're going to say it's a high hit, maybe? As Stewart went down, Engelland was coming across to cut him off at that post.
Good power move there by Chris Stewart. Looking for his 3rd goal of the year, but Engelland made a good hit on him in front of the net. But he's kind of going down, bailing out as he saw Engelland there after
got the hands up a little bit, Staggy. And then the reason why Orpik didn't play Stewart was because he would have got called for interference. The puck went through the legs of Orpik. You know, he could have moved over out of his path. We would have got a sure call for interference. He was hoping that Engelland could get over there quickly to save the day.
High sticking is the call on Derek Engelland. You were right, Bob. A high hit.
Yep. And here's Brooks Orpik here. You know, the puck goes through his legs, and he can't move out of his path for fear of taking a penalty. And then Engelland polishing off Stewart as he goes down. The hands are up high, and that power play of the Blues, 3rd in the National Hockey League, coming in. And really, it's all predicated successfully, if it's going to happen for them, is because they have good net front presence there. They got Stewart in front, you got David Backes in front of the net, and they're a load.
Shattenkirk moves it to TJ Oshie. Back for Pietrangelo. And he'll get things started on the power play for the Blues. Engelland in the box for high sticking. Fleury can't stop it behind the net. Oshie turns in behind the cage. Out to the blue line. Go to the near side, and Oshie. TJ Oshie with a wrist shot, and Fleury able to absorb that one.
Backus not happy. You could see him just in disgust shake his head as that puck went right into Marc-Andre Fleury. So he wasn't able to impede Fleury's vision to prevent him from making that save with no rebound. There's the big man Backus right in front of that net. He's a good hockey player. Anytime you don't really like a guy, it means he's a pretty good hockey player.
You won't like him when he's playing. Well, you won't, but the Americans will like him when he's playing for the U.S. in February. You're Canadian, so maybe you don't like him, Bob. I don't know.
Well, I love the way he plays hockey. You're darn right. Yeah.
Now here comes Pietrangelo out of his own zone. 1:07 to go on this power play for the Blues. Penguins tying it up on a power play goal by Jokinen. And now the Blues looking to retake the lead with a power play goal of their own. Berglund tried to shoot the puck. Hand on it. Penguins clear.
Jay Bouwmeester, yeah, he can skate,
long,
can't he?
Lanky boy, he's a smooth skater, Jay Bouwmeester. Out to center now to Berglund. He and Jaden Schwartz got their signals crossed. But Shattenkirk with a puck. Shattenkirk pulls back. Shattenkirk holding it, working it down low for Berglund. Schwartz is in front of the net. Bouwmeester looked up and lost the puck. Gets it back. Bouwmeester skates towards the net. Shoots it. Saved by Fleury. Rebound Schwartz. Trying to bank it in and can't do so. Now Berglund with a Fleury gets back over. And the shot fired wide of the goal from the right point. Good opportunity there for Shattenkirk. Fleury was scrambling to get back into position and he missed the net. Now Bortuzzo sends it up the wall. Shattenkirk over to Bouwmeester. Good pass. Bouwmeester left side. Tarasenko fires wide short side. Shattenkirk keeps it in. 5 seconds to go on the penalty. Shattenkirk to the far side and Tarasenko. Berglund's in front of the net. So is Schwartz. Tarasenko fans on the shot. Loose puck. Swept away nicely by Bortuzzo. Engelland's back on the ice. Tarasenko's got it though. Tarasenko across for Shattenkirk. Tees it up, and his shot is blocked by Adam. Berglund centers off the stick of Tanner Glass out to Cole. He tried to go right side. That one not on the mark and taken by Robert Bortuzzo. Stewart chases him as Bortuzzo dumps the puck up into the blue zone. So the Penguins able to kill the penalty. And the Blues controlling that puck in the offensive zone. Roy able to angle one to center ice, and taken there is Letang over to Mata. Mata under pressure from two Blues. Sends it back around near side of Letang. Up the right wing. D'Agostini got a stick on it, but Sobotka right there. D'Agostini pulls him over. And Crosby backhands the puck up into the offensive zone. Pietrangelo goes back for the puck. Around near side. Out to the point, and Chris Letang with it. Letang holds it. Right side of D'Agostini. Trying to get it to the net. Crosby back for D'Agostini. That doesn't work. And the Blues able to get it back to center ice. Stewart to the right side, and Roy will shoot it into the Penguin zone and go to the bench. 8:17 to go in the second period. Just as we expected, a tight, low-scoring game. Here's Crosby. Can't get around Pietrangelo. Steen feeds it ahead. Backus to Steen. Letang takes it away from him. And the Penguins quickly go the other way. It's Jokinen with Crosby cutting to the net. Tried to go that way. Went off the stick of Pietrangelo, and then Sid centers it through the slot. Nobody home. Jokinen couldn't get there in time. Back to Letang, a wrister. That's off a stick to the corner. Working hard to the puck now near side is James Neal. Battling to get to the puck beautifully over to Malkin. Malkin now looks for Derek Engelland, but he's got to retreat to center. Neal gets onside as Malkin enters the zone. Barrett Jackman stands up on him. Malkin returns the favor on Alex Steen. Gets to the puck and moves it back to Brooks Orpik.
Great steal by Malkin. He's battling over there on the wall with some two tough customers in Jackman, and then stealing the puck from Steen.
And the Blues try to get out of their own zone. Malkin a demon right now on the forecheck, as the Blues are lucky just to get to center ice. But now Oshie has some room. And they enter the Penguin zone. Steen with it, shoots it up high. Fleury the save. Steen looks for the rebound, and the Penguins able to get there. Here comes Bo Bennett back to center along with Brandon Sutter. And the Blues stop it at the blue line and go the other way, and it's LaPierre dumping it to the corner. Brooks Orpik in on the puck. It'll be taken by LaPierre. Centers. Shot just wide of the goal. Another great opportunity.
Reeves is on fire.
He's all over the place.
Yeah, you can't turn it over. Bo Bennett turned it over at the far blue line. Niskanen turned it over on the goal by Reeves. He's one assist away from the old Gordie Howe, Staggy, and maybe he really would be Christopher Reeves if that happened.
Here's Cole with it to the right side. And shot wide by Pollock. It's amazing how a turnover turns into a scoring chance the other way. It happened way too many times in New York the other night. Loose puck, Porter lost control of it, but now Pollock to the puck. Slaps it towards the net, and a glove save made by Fleury. And he's able to stop play. And there's Ryan Reeves, who has a goal, and Matt D'Agostini would love to get one here. And right over Sobotka.
1-1 our score here in the second period, and thanks to Jokinen's equalizer, Todd, does it kind of allow you to stay to your defensive game plan, or has the game opened up just a little bit?
You know, I think in the second period it tends to open up a little bit just with the long changes, but that's a huge goal for us there, and it allows us to stay the course with what we need to do. We need to keep getting to that offensive zone here the rest of this period.
Todd, thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Guys.
Todd Reardon, a former St. Louis Blue.
I like that. Allows us to stay the course. Yeah, they don't want to get out of their game right now. Just stay with the plan, get it deep, get to that offensive zone, use the body. And talking to the great Bernie Federko during that last time out, I'm sharing the booth here, the box here, down on the ice with him, Staggy, and I said, do you sense that there's a respect factor from the Blues in this game? Is this a heightened in terms of the way they're playing and that passion that you would want to see? He said, yeah, you can definitely sense it. It's kind of like a chess game. They're fighting for territory, for space. They really respect the Penguins. They're playing at a higher level, a little more passion in the game. They're waiting for that one opportunity. You don't want to turn the puck over.
Big ovation here in the building for somebody up on the scoreboard. I think it's one of the St. Louis Cardinals. I didn't get a chance to see who it was, but the puck on the far side, the Penguins trying to get it out. And Bernie Federko is a good hockey player. Here's Pascal Dupuis down the right wing. Shoots it, and it's blocked. Actual Pascal Dupuis gets to the near side. It was Matt Holliday who was on the board here. Now the puck controlled by the Blues. Jay Bouwmeester. TJ Oshie for Alex Steen. Back for Oshie. To the corner. Steen was knocked down, but able to control the puck against Niskanen here. Looks for Stewart. Stewart at a sharp angle, cuts behind the net of the backhand. Backus is causing all kind of havoc in front. Here's Roy coming to the goal, and he couldn't finish the play as he went to the net. Now Tanner Glass just dishes it off so that it could be carried back to center ice by Joe Vitale. He ran out of room though at center, and Roy and Jackman able to break it up, and now offside called on the Blues as they try to bring it into the Penguin zone. Still a 1-1 hockey game here in Joe Vitale's hometown. They used to sing when the Blues come marching in, and everybody sang it back in the 69-70 season. And that's when Red Kelly, he said, we're going to St. Louis. It's so loud there, they heckle us. I'm putting earmuffs on my players. He bought a bunch of earmuffs at Hoffman's department store, handed them out. Number 16 is Glenn Sather, currently the general manager of the New York Rangers. And the Penguins lost that night 6-0. But that is something that never happened before, and it'll never happen again. Red Kelly handing out earmuffs to the Penguins here in St. Louis. It was a loud building, and it's loud right now as we have a little bit of a controversy going on. Stewart and Tanner Glass going off.
Yeah, they're going to get 10s here.
Yeah, and we had Jackman and Bortuzzo discussing this, pointing to one another as if they were going to go here.
Yeah, I think Bortuzzo and Jackman pointed at himself and said, it's going to be me. And now Barrett Jackman looks over here at the bench as if to say, what's going on? Why are you taking Bortuzzo off the ice? I want to go him. And there's a lot going on here between these fourth lines. Bortuzzo's back on the ice. It might make him stay on the ice. D'Agostini has to replace one man, and that was Tanner Glass, who went off. The Penguins tried to get away with a defensive change as well. That didn't work. Now Reeves is yapping at Bortuzzo, and let's see what happens. Reeves thinks he owns the ice out here right now.
10 minutes misconduct penalties to Glass and Stewart. Olimata back to the puck. Fleury able to shovel it up the near side. And pinching down was Roy. Now it'll be Vitale working it in behind his own net. Mata is hit heavily by Sobotka over there. And puck is stolen by the Blues. Roy centered it all the way out to Barrett Jackman. Goes right side. Shattenkirk has it there for the Blues. Big long rink-wide pass, and Jackman shot it. Fleury didn't control the rebound, but the Penguins able to get to it, and Adams uses the wall to get it to center ice to D'Agostini, who dumps it into the St. Louis zone. A lock behind the goal. Roy takes the pass on the near wall. Didn't control it. Blues still, though, able to get it out to center ice, and Chris Letang quickly moves it along for Pascal Dupuis. Dupuis lifts it inside the line. Adams trying to get to it. Dupuis has gone 10 games without a goal. He'd love to get on the board here. Crosby's gone 6 without scoring. Now here's Dupuis with it. Bolmeister dumped it in, but it's going to be an offside call on the St. Louis Blues. Take a look at our Nissan Road ahead. Penguins playing us only 2 games in 8 days, including this one, and then they're going to play 11 games in 18 days, 6 of them on the road coming up. And there's a look at the immediate schedule for the Penguins. And all those games marked red are games that we'll carry here on Root Sports. The schedule's going to get a lot busier after a little light schedule here over the last week or so. Puck is dumped in by the Blues over to the near side. Derek Engelland there, back to Berglund, a shot, and Fleury nicely controlling the rebound.
Penguins have done a decent job of allowing Marc-Andre Fleury to see pucks, and Marc-Andre Fleury's done a real good job of keeping pucks in his body. There hasn't been a lot of rebounds for the St. Louis Blues. They like to try to, earn their paycheck by going to the front of that doorstep. So, credit the Penguin defenders for doing a good job in front.
Penguins have scored 3 or more goals in 5 of 7 games on the road. They've done a good job. They've averaged 3.35 goals a game away from home. That's tops in the NHL. A little tougher to score goals, though, here in St. Louis. As we've seen so far with 3.5 minutes to go, an icing call. And in the second period, they'll bring it back into the St. Louis zone.
The Blues are the second highest scoring team in the league, but they don't give up many chances. You talk about being tough to score against. And where the Blues ran into trouble is if, for instance, the other night, they had to kill 7 straight penalties. And then the second most undisciplined team in the National Hockey League in terms of penalty minutes, Ken Hitchcock's team. And Sometimes they just, they take that strength and that power a little too far.
Crosby appeared to get a stick in the face off the draw there. Checked his face. Well, the puck is dumped into the Penguin zone. And all those penalty kills aren't good for the way they like to play, right, Bob? I mean, they're a team that likes to roll four lines.
They are, and you saw in the last penalty kill, they used the first pairing. They had Backes out there along with Steen. In the second pairing, they used Oshie. So they used that top line to kill penalties.
Here's Alex Pietrangelo back to the corner for Bouwmeester. Hands it off to Backes, and now ahead to Oshie. Oh, a big traffic jam there at center. Sidney Crosby went down, but the Penguins on the attack. Neal doesn't like that call, an offside call on the Penguins. On an all-new Inside Penguins Hockey, Sidney Crosby shows why he's a captain on and off the ice when he hosts 8-year-old Matthew Jacko. Pascal Dupuis shows off his elaborate stick preparations and much more. Inside Penguins Hockey is presented by Heritage Valley Health System. You'll see it tonight after Penguins postgame on Root Sports.
Sutter's on the ice with Kunitz and Pascal Dupuis right now. Pascal Dupuis is in a discussion with Alexander Steen, and it doesn't seem like a friendly one. Sometimes guys know one another, but that one wasn't cordial. Kind of different and interesting with the NHL's leading goal scorer and Pascal Dupuis.
Jackman with a lead pass off a couple of sticks, and will be hauled in by Chris Kunitz. Out on right wing now, where Dupuis steers it into the St. Louis zone. Jackman back to play it. Barrett Jackman, who won the Calder Trophy as Rookie of the Year way back in 2003. Out now to David Backes. Brooks Orpik, his future Olympic teammate, stands up on him beautifully. And now Brandon Sutter over there gets involved in a sandwich taken by Oshie and thrown towards the net, but it's going to be a penalty.
Yep, Chris Kunitz got tripped up coming out of his own zone. He was on the treadmill. When he got tripped up, you keep your feet moving, good things happen. And the Penguins are going to go to the power play.
Great opportunity here.
Take a look at Kunitz. Wins that battle there. There's the stick. There's the trip. And the puck will go down to the other end. And Crosby will come back on the ice rested for this power play.
We're talking about penalties, Bob. There's one right there that Ken Hitchcock won't be happy with.
Oh, and he talked about, he said in the last game there was 2 penalties that were 200 feet from our net. Well, that one there was about 180 feet from your net, and yes, he's not going to like that.
And here's an opportunity for the Penguins to strike again with a man advantage. A UPMC Sports Medicine power play. Crosby against LaPierre, who won the draw. Big face-off win for LaPierre. Then the puck cleared by Alex Pietrangelo. Chris Letang will lug the puck. Letang has 3 power play goals. All of his goals have been scored on the power play. The most he's ever scored in 1 year is 4. Here's Bouwmeester in the corner now. Taken away by Crosby to Malkin. In front, Neal trying to get to the puck. And now Crosby tried to get there. Neal keeps battling, and he does get to the puck. Moves it up the near side. Crosby in a battle with LaPierre now on the near side. Neal steps in, trying to come out of there with a puck.
Yeah, they got 3. You got to have 4. That's exactly what happened. The Blues put 3 players on the wall. Penguins put 4, and they won the battle.
And it's Kunitz with the puck for Malkin. No, he doesn't get it to him. Gets it back. Now feeds it to Malkin. Malkin to Letang. Crosby. Kunitz. He fires it. It's partially blocked, and it went up into the netting. It was Bouwmeester who came across and got a piece of that shot and directed it up and out of play.
Well, here's along the boards when the Penguins try. You have to win the puck battles. You have 5 guys. Look at this. The Blues got 3. You get 4 over there. That's all the players in the game right over there. 5 against 4 along that wall. And then they get that backdoor opportunity. Kunitz just missing over the ears of Halak. So good stuff there. You got to overload. You have the odd man advantage. You got to take it. Look at, we have all these face-off battles. How many times have we seen guys? Oh, look at Polak just gave Neal a whack after Neal was getting into it with Steen. I mean, how many battles have we seen so far just off face-offs?
Now Jokinen will come in. He's saying, hey, get this guy on side. Backes leaning in. Looks like he's one of those guys that leans way out over the dot. Jokinen gets himself set. And Backes wins the draw back to the corner, and Polak slaps it, and Letang able to knock it out of midair. But he still has to wait for everybody to get back on side. Moves it to the left side. And it's Jokinen sliding down the wall. Moves it in front now or into the slot to Malkin. Malkin across ice for Crosby. Not a good pass. Tried to Throw it through the seam. There was no seam. And Steen taking it away and dumping it down the ice.
Yep, and that gets that change. Berglund and Oshie come out. And we're into the final minute here of the second period. It'd be a big time to score a goal.
Berglund takes the puck away from Sidney Crosby. Letang over to confront him. Crosby throws a hip into Berglund. And Chris Letang has the puck out to Malkin. Down to 40 seconds to go in the period. 26 seconds remaining on this penalty. Penguins would love to get one before the horn. They could get the lead going to the third. Here's a shot by Niskanen. Blockered away by Halak. Jokinen sends it back around near side. Malkin will take it there. Malkin to the point. Letang, cross ice. Niskanen one-timer. Fanned on it, but Crosby couldn't steer it in. Then he gets knocked down in the corner by Jay Bolmeister after I think he may have steered that off the goalpost.
Yeah, he did. He hit the goalpost. There's a wide open cage for Sidney Crosby, who's hunched over now in front of the net. You can't believe that he missed that opportunity. It was a backhand chance. It was a fan shot by Niskanen. He just tried to corral it in there and just missed it on the backhand. And he took a cross check for its efforts after that. And there's the cross check.
Bolmeister tough on Sid. Crosby the other night was robbed in a similar situation on the doorstep by goaltender Lundqvist. That time just not able to steer the puck into the goal. He's been around that net, but he's gone 6 games without a goal. He's coming close. Now with 14.6 seconds remaining in the period, Shattenkirk steps out of the box. He came out prematurely, went back in, then came out there on the face-off. We're down to 5 seconds. Bolmeister able to deliver it up into the Penguin zone as time ticks away here in the second.
Well, Sidney Crosby, even the great ones, sometimes you miss golden opportunities. He hasn't scored in 6. That would have been a big one there at the end of the second period, but we're going to be tied up going to the third.
Blues out shooting the Penguins 11-6, and they've outshot them 20-15 through 2 periods of play. Let's go to Rob King and Jay Caulfield for our second intermission report.
Thank you, Bob. Thanks very much. It remains, Jay, a very good game. And you talked about the possibility that these two teams would use this as a measuring rod for each other. Right. It has been awfully contentious for two teams that don't see each other very much.
Right, really chippy. Even the top players. I mean, it was Steen, from St. Louis especially. Like Steen, their top goal scorer. Every face-off, there's a little bit of a battle. Bumping by guys when after the whistle. They're just trying to make their mark. They're trying to set. I mean, they look at this could be a potential. They believe they're going to come out of the West, and they believe Pittsburgh could be a team that comes out of the East, and they're looking like, hey, let's make our mark now. We don't get many opportunities at them. We want to show Pittsburgh what we're all about. Pittsburgh wants to do the same in St. Louis.
Well, it's been a lot of fun through 40 minutes. Coming up, the lone goal scorer for the Penguins, Jussi Jokinen. We'll talk to Dan Potash. Jay will illustrate and highlights from around the league coming up on the Mercedes second intermission report.
Sports congratulates Pittsburgh Pirates third baseman Pedro Alvarez on winning a 2013 Silver Slugger Award. Alvarez's strong season at the plate helped propel his team to its first winning record and a postseason appearance in 20 years. He hit .233 with a .296 on-base percentage and finished tied for the NL lead with 36 home runs.
El Toro strikes again. He is the National League leader in home runs.
Now, Penguins Intermission, presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Goals by Ryan Reeves and Jussi Jokinen. We're tied at 1 after 2 as we welcome you to the second intermission report presented by Mercedes-Benz alongside Jay Caulfield, who's going to illustrate in moments. I'm Rob King. Let's get you right back to Scott Trade Center where Dan Potash is with Jussi Jokinen, brought to you by UPMC Sports Medicine.
Well, we certainly thought that this game would be a close one before it started, and 40 minutes into it, Jussi, it is. And considering that the Blues scored first, they could have settled back defensively. So how big was your goal to equalize things to keep it even?
It was big, obviously. They are a really good team who plays good when they get the lead, and our both power plays been really good. We had some good chances. We have moved the puck well, so been playing pretty good. So just another 20 minutes left and maybe overtime too.
How difficult have they made it for you to dump the puck and go to work?
Yeah, they are that kind of team that's really good defensively, and but I think we've been playing pretty good. Obviously, there's some things we can do better, get a little bit more pucks behind the D and work their zone a little bit more.
UC, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Guys, it's all yours.
All right, Dan, thanks very much. And I think that's a good point because St. Louis is a very good team with the lead. They've scored the first goal in the last 7 games.
Right. Well, again, you're going to see they keep talking about, like UC was talking about, getting it deep and then working their D. But, sometimes they always have a guy back. They're not allowing odd man rushes. You see it. So what you can't do, even more than what you need to, you cannot make sure, you just can't turn the puck over and give them short ice. You can't make a turnover at the blue line going in. It'll cost you.
All right, it is 1-1 after 2 periods of play between the Pens and the Blues. Jay's going to tell us straight for you next when we return on the second intermission report presented by Mercedes-Benz. During the post-game shows, we welcome you back to the second intermission report presented by Mercedes-Benz. Jay, in the first intermission report, you said mistakes could lead to turnovers or problems that could lead to goals. So it was maybe who could pounce on whose mistake, and you want to tell us straight what happened on St. Louis's goal.
Right, on Reeves' goal. You're going to watch him. Pittsburgh has an up play. It's like a stretch pass type play. In this spot, you're going to watch, in this spot here, St. Louis is making a change. And Matt Niskanen is going to come around behind the Penguin net. The guy you want to look for is going to be D'Agostini up high. Again, this is one that's really easy. When you're picking it out from up top, down ice level, obviously much different. But they understand that this is a stretch play that could happen. So, look, you'll see Niskanen coming around. Now, freeze it right here. There's 2 things. I mean, the play that you see Pittsburgh do all the time is up the wall to D'Agostini. There's so much open ice here. It's a shame he just didn't see it. Maybe got mesmerized right here by Steen. And Steen in this spot is starting to take and force Matt Niskanen into one way. So he has a couple options. One of them is to give it to to England right away. Then he'll go straight up here. But this doesn't happen. You try to make a little, probably cute play. He knows it more than anybody does, Matt Niskanen. That little play right there catches him. All right, Steen, a good stick, then up the wall, the second mistake here. Now freeze it one more time. Everybody gets mesmerized. Now England's going to take him. That's right. You've got Niskanen in front now on Steen. Everybody else, you're going to see Bennett go up here. But the key part is going to be right here. This match should be right here. But you get mesmerized by the puck carrier, and Reeves just kind of slides behind him and gets here to the net, and a good play by LaPierre. Again, you can see it. You just take your eye off, focus on the puck carrier, and it opens up a lane. And Reeves, who's obviously through 2 periods, has been one of the more dominating players for St. Louis. But again, it's a stretch play that Pittsburgh does a lot. Just that time when Niskanen came around, he didn't see it, didn't get it to him, and it cost him right there.
That led to a goal, put St. Louis up 1-0. UC Jokinen scores to tie the game at 1. Let's take a look at the stats through 2 periods of play. And you can see the shot slightly in favor of the Blues. The Penguins do have that power play goal, and, of course, that enabled them to tie the game on the goal from Jokinen. Stick around. Jay's going to tell you what to expect in the 3rd period when we return.
All rights to this copyrighted telecast are reserved. This copyrighted telecast is presented by Root Sports under the authority of Pittsburgh Penguins LP. This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, rebroadcasted, re-recorded, or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of Pittsburgh Penguins LP.
Here's tonight's Chamberlain big save. There were more flashy saves by Marc-Andre Fleury, but the bouncing puck through traffic, hard to pick up. Fleury able to slam the door on Derek Roy for tonight's Chamberlain big save. Thoughts on what you need to see out of the Penguins here in the 3rd period?
Well, again, both teams are going to look at it. You don't want to make that mistake we just talked about a little bit ago. You don't, you get it out at your line, get it deep into the offensive zone when you have a chance, get a forecheck going, and it might be right now Pittsburgh's winning that special teams battle. It's still going to come down who gets an opportunity in the 3rd period. So, and make them go. We talk about it a lot. Make them go the distance. Don't give them a short ice.
Terrific teams battling to a 1-1 tie through 40 minutes of play.
In his first year with the Penguins, rough and durable left winger Tanner Glass played in all 48 games last season. And even with the abbreviated season, Glass led the team with 125 hits.
the horn sounds, stay with Root Sports for extended highlights, reaction from the Pens locker room, and Jay's Telestrator. Penguins postgame after every Pens game on Root Sports.
It's 1-1 after 2 periods of play at Scott Trade Center in St. Louis. If you're just now joining us, here's what you missed, presented by your Western PA Honda dealers.
Fired it high and wide off the glass, all the way out to the point. Shattenkirk back to the net. Oh, he had Fleury leaning one way, and he had to reach back the other. And it's held in by Oshie. And now he gives it away to Sidney Crosby. Crosby with a burst of speed, coming to the goal. Oh, and Halak stands up to make the save on Sid. And the Blues end up with a puck. LaPierre back to the net. They direct it in, and it's Ryan Reeves getting the goal. Neal with it. Out to Malkin. Malkin in front. Score! Directed in front of the net. So, a couple of power play goals, or a power play goal for the Penguins anyway. Jussi Jokinen making it a 1-1 game. And, Bobby, just what are your general impressions of what you've seen down there tonight?
Battles, a lot of yapping on the face-off, to be quite honest. The Penguins have got into Steen's face, but the Blues have got into Crosby's face as well. Crosby's had some great opportunities so far in this game when he's got behind Backes. Backes has been out there for most of the assignments, but Crosby's been able to shake himself free a couple of times in this hockey game. And you saw it at the end of one shift, he had a breakaway on Halak that Halak was able to stop, and then right at the end of that second period on the power play, after he got behind the defense, he just misses that backhand as the puck rolls off his stick and up off the goalpost, Daggy. So, you know, it's a hard-fought game out here. I didn't expect much different, but boy, the Penguins have really tried to give Alexander Steen an earful and a little bit more. Once again, it was Dupuis on that face-off with Steen, and he said something, and he gave him a shot to the kidneys. That's what happens. That's the price. That's the price you pay when you lead the NHL in goal scoring.
That's right. He's going to get more and more of that attention, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Here's Bolmeister back to the puck in his own zone. Glass and Stewart are in the penalty boxes, serving their misconduct penalties as the puck is driven long into the Penguin zone. Pietrangelo left it there for TJ Oshie, stripped to the puck nicely, and Chris Kunis just throws it to open space. Crosby has to go to the bench as the puck slides into the St. Louis zone. Taken by Pietrangelo. Out now for Berglund, who steers it in. Fleury will stop it behind the goal. Up the near side, Malkin had to kind of get out of the way of it, but at the same time got a glove on the puck to keep it under control. And then Letang able to turn it out to center, where it's stolen by Barrett Jackman and then shot off a stick of Niskanen by Jaden Schwartz up into the netting behind the goal. Alexander Steen's father, Thomas Steen, played for the Winnipeg Jets for years, and Alex Steen getting a couple of goals up there in Winnipeg, and his dad Tomas really appreciated it. I'm not so sure the Winnipeg fans did so much, but Alex Steen really coming on. He was originally drafted by the Toronto Maple Leafs, 24th overall in 2002. He has only 1 goal in 14 games against the Penguins in his career, and he's got 14 in 14 games coming into this game here tonight. Penguins, another good defensive play by Niskanen to take it away from Jaden Schwartz, and Evgeny Malkin goes the other way. Malkin down that right side, shoots it wide of the goal, over to the near corner, and the Blues will systematically bring that puck out of their own zone as Shattenkirk banks it ahead to Jaden Schwartz, slips it in behind Letang, Tarasenko in after it. Niskanen stays right with him, knocks him off the puck, and Letang's got it. Chris Letang lifts it out to center, knocked out of midair by Roman Polak. And it's a hand pass here, and we'll get a face-off just outside the Blues' blue line. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in the game tonight, brought to you by Miller Lite.
And not surprising, another face-off here that Chris Letang, in the absence of Paul Martin, absorbing some of those minutes. Martin played over 26 minutes the last 2 games. Chris Letang is at about 20 minutes right now in this hockey game after 2 periods of play. And wanted to check James Neal's numbers. He was just over 14 minutes, I believe, after that second period of play.
There's a look at Joe Vitale, a little conference here before the face-off. Brandon Sutter out here with Vitale right now. And off the draw, the puck is controlled by the Blues. Bo Bennett trying to get in there and get to it, but Derek Roy able to lift it out to center. Bortuzzo with good gap. Got a piece of it. Now Olimata takes control. Try to go over to Bortuzzo. He's going to have to go back and get it in his own zone. Olimata. Brandon Sutter comes back for support. Nice backhand pass across the ice to Robert Bortuzzo. Try to get it deep. Now he gets it back. Throws it to the net just wide of the goal. Vitale's in after it. Vitale backhands it back into the corner. Penguins go to work. Bo Bennett out here along with Vitale and Brandon Sutter. And it is Ryan Reeves fighting his way to center ice, but the Penguins take it back at Olimata over to Bortuzzo. Dumps it in. The Penguins will make a change here. And as the Blues have the puck in their own zone.
And
Roman Polak.
Yeah, and partners, Tanner Glass, of course, with that misconduct, unavailable for the next 4 or 5 minutes. They use that opportunity, Bileswood does, to get Vitale out there to play a little wing with the third group.
Now it's Pascal Dupuis with it. Dupuis throws it out to center ice. Race for the puck. Kunitz will get there around Pietrangelo. Kunitz with it. Turns the corner with speed. Moves it back towards Orpik, but he's got to go back to center ice to take it. Orpik and Engelland paired up for the Penguins. Paul Martin not playing the game tonight. An undisclosed injury. Don't think it's anything serious. Would expect that he'll probably play Wednesday night when the Flyers come to Pittsburgh. Left wing pass out of the reach of Kunitz. And now Backus just turned it back to center, but good back-checking effort by Dupuis to Engelland, and now back to Dupuis and over the line. Pietrangelo breaks it up, though. And now here go the Blues. Steen moves it towards the right side to Backus. Back for Steen, just out of his reach. Oshie to the puck, back to the point. Bouwmeester slams one wide of the goal. Now Pietrangelo down the near wall. Met there on the near side by Chris Kunitz. Steen works behind the net, trying to walk in front. Center, shot stop. And a good save by Fleury there on Oshie. Down in front of the net was Brooks Orpik to block it. And that was a great play by Steen from behind the net.
Yeah, Engelland tried to work on him there behind the net, but he broke his stick, and that allowed the Blues to take that puck to the front of the net.
Niskanen with it, down to Malkin with speed down the left wing. Malkin across ice trying to force it through for James Neal. Now it's Lapierre with it. And Lapierre turns it up the far wall where it's handled by Chris Porter. Number 32 of the Blues comes back with Jaden Schwartz alongside. Dumps it in behind Letang. He and Schwartz go in after it along with Porter. And Porter lost it to Malkin, who finds Jokinen, and Jokinen will dump it just wide of the net. Actually blocked it away by Halak. And tackled now by Kevin Shattenkirk. And he accidentally sends it the length of the ice. And it's an icing call against St. Louis.
Well, take a look at the save by Marc-Andre Fleury, working behind the net. The Blues were, and the cross check there by Engelland. He's got no stick now, and that allows that opportunity by Oshie. Steen, now no longer can the Penguins go stick on puck. That lane is created, and that puck gets to the net. I don't know if it hit Fleury or it hit Orpik.
I wasn't sure either. I'm still not after seeing the replay twice. I think it hit Orpik, though. Face off to the left of Halak. And off the draw, they fight for the puck, and it'll come to Barrett Jackman. Jackman is playing his 658th game in the Blues uniform. He's kind of their Brooks Orpik.
He plays with an edge. He really does. You notice him out here on the ice. You certainly do.
Orpik playing his 648th game for the Penguins. Now Ian Cole sends it up the far wall of Tang. Just fires it right back towards the net. It'll settle on the near side and poked back into the corner by Brandon Sutter. Now Adams spinning around trying to control the puck on the near side. Tarasenko there. Adams runs into him. And look at these battles on the boards. It's been like this in the trenches all night long. Bo Bennett working against Ian Cole. Bennett good on the boards. He slithers along trying to control it, and it does come out of play over the glass and into the seats.
Well, it's time now. You talk about hits. Time now for the Subway sandwich of the game, and the old hipper of Chris Letang on Oshie. Start that hockey game off here in the first period of play. A big hit by Chris Letang, who's absorbed more minutes than anybody. No conversation right now. He came off the last shift very slowly, did Chris Letang.
Face off to the right of Yaroslav Halak. Here's a look at TJ Oshie.
Tanner Glass back on the ice.
Joe Vitale runs into a Blue on the near side. That was Ryan Reeves. Now racing over to the puck is Porter. Engelland stayed right with him and drilled him into the board. And the Blues have the puck, and a shot from a sharp angle is stopped by Fleury. And the man who took the shot was none other than Ryan Reeves, who then collided with the goal cage after being pushed from behind. I think it was D'Agostini who gave him a shove, and the whistle blows. But another good opportunity there, and a sharp angle shot after England took his man Porter into the boards.
Rode him right in. Derek England, as much as he looked so good on right wing, you know that he wants to play defense. Playing a physical brand again. He took one penalty with a player going to the net here in this hockey game, but he's trying to earn his space in a game that is so tough out here tonight. The Blues, one of the strongest teams, certainly hardest teams, most abrasive teams to play against, and the Penguins doing the same.
Stewart, Sobotka, and Roy, the trio right now for the Blues. They cycle the puck. The Penguins break up the cycle, and D'Agostini couldn't get it any further than center ice, and now they'll control it. The D passing for the Blues. Lead pass ahead to Roy. Dishes it off to Sobotka. Down the wing he comes. Former Boston Bruin is hit by Bortuzzo, but he bounces right off that check. Sobotka out to Jackman. Barrett Jackman's shot hit Joe Vitale. It comes to Bortuzzo. He lifts it off the glass and out to center. And the Penguins turn it over in the neutral zone, and it's Roy again with a long blast, and Fleury handles that easily. Sobotka's lost his helmet, and we'll take a break. Still a 1-1 game in the third.
You can't skate like they do. You can't hit like they do. You can't shoot like they do. But you can get treated by some of the same doctors, physical therapists, and sports medicine experts just like they do.
It's rewarding to see the results.
The Pens win. UPMC. We take care of the Penguins and the fans who stick by them.
Like the taste of fresh apples? Try an Angry Orchard hard cider. We use traditional cider apples from a 100-year-old orchard. Crisp, refreshing, and not too sweet. Angry Orchard hard cider. Branch out.
You just think about how you live your life and how my family lives their life and the kids, and the ability and the freedom to have an education and be safe walking out the front door. It's something you sometimes take for granted, but with Veterans Day, and obviously you think about those things, and you think about how people put their lives on the line every day for you.
Monday is Veterans Day, and a chance to get some words from Joe Vitale on the importance of that day coming up on Monday, November 11th, as we honor our fallen heroes and also those who served and survived. And I'll tell you, it's always a sobering day, and Remembrance Day is what it's called in Canada. And you see when you're watching hockey games, you'll see the little red poppies that people wear in Canada on their lapels to honor what they call Remembrance Day in Canada. Same day, Veterans Day coming up on Monday. Joe Vitale, a native of St. Louis, and his dad owns a concrete company, and in fact his grandfather started it in the 50s. It's called BJ Cement, and it's a very big company in the Midwest, and it's a family business. It's been extremely successful. His father Sam is the president of that company. Here's David Backes to the right wing, and Pietrangelo is shot, and he's shot it off the stick of Orpik, who just keeps on blocking shots for the Penguins. That one sailing up into the netting behind the goal.
Pietrangelo, he's a good one, 23 years of age, looking for him to play on Team Canada, and he joins that rush after Steen makes the play. He's got involved in many of the rushes here for the Blues here tonight. He's a pinching defense. You'll see him go down the wall. He and Bouwmeester are paired together. There's a chance they both could play for Team Canada in the Olympics. And
well, that's the best partner that Jay Bouwmeester's ever played with. Puck on the far side, TJ Oshie. And now it's Sidney Crosby with Bouwmeester controlling a gap on him. Crosby trying to get around him. And Bouwmeester stayed with him all the way back to the behind the net. And Dupuis sent it around, but it's going to be taken there by Alex Steen. And Steen dumps it into the Penguin zone. It's airborne. Fleury couldn't knock it down. David Backes behind the net. Strong on the puck for Steen. Can't shoot it. Now out to Backes again. And Backes holding the puck. He protects it really well. Sidney Crosby talked about that. But it's taken away, and Crosby goes ahead now with Dupuis and Letang trailing, and offside is called as Crosby went airborne there to try to skip around a defender. Dupuis was ahead of the play on the left side.
Boy, I've never seen the Penguins give somebody so much attention. Steen is getting bumped into. He just tried to kick James Neal. Neal's talking to the official right now. Neal was talking to to Kunitz. Look at Kunitz, and bump, an extra shove, a little whack. I'm going to stay with you. I'm going to give you a hack and whack again. There was more than that, a lot more that's going on the ice right now. They're trying to get Steen off his game right now, and Steen is yapping right now at Derek Englund. He's on the bench. He's got the tinted visor. He's yapping at the Penguins, and maybe that's exactly what they want.
1-1 the score, 12:23 to go in the third period. Niskanen to the puck, shoulder to shoulder on Jaden Schwartz. Schwartz went down in a heap, and Malkin's got the puck around for Jokinen. Jokinen steers it out to center. Neal just feathers it ahead, and Malkin will take it in stride. Malkin can't get around the defense, and a good back-checking effort by Jaden Schwartz took it away. Now it's Niskanen stepping up on Tarasenko. Back behind the net, Englund keeps his feet moving, pushes it past Jaden Schwartz. And Niskanen to the puck on his backhand. Niskanen skating real hard to the near side to get that puck up and out. And Jokinen's long rink-wide pass picked off by the Blues. Not easy to make those plays. Into the middle against St. Louis. And now the puck up into the netting again behind the Penguins' goal.
Well, interesting to watch some of the young players in this game. And this game this is a different level. These two teams play at a different level than some teams in the National Hockey League. You know, and you really got to play with strength, with energy, and with smarts. But strength is important in these games. And I've noticed a guy like Tarasenko has been virtually invisible so far in this hockey game. A guy with 5 goals and 14, a young player, good hockey player. But boy, some of these guys are just awestruck, these young players in this game. Another guy that I think is out on the ice right now you got to watch is a guy like Olli Mata. And this game is just going to, you know, be huge for his growth. The more tough games you can play in, a guy like Mata is just going to grow and grow.
And Mata has the puck right now for the Penguins. Gains the red line and dumps it up into the blue zone. The lock feeds it over to the far side, taken there by Roy. Another guy you got to watch out for in the Blues uniform is this guy with the puck, Chris Stewart, number 25. He's been kind of quiet. He scored a ton of goals, 17 goals in his first 25 games with the Blues after he was traded here from Colorado, Bob.
Yep, and right away, you know, what I'm seeing here is Ken Hitchcock, he doesn't mind using his fourth line. Lapierre was out there. Reeves just came on the ice, but then he saw what the Penguins had. The Penguins had their fourth line out. So what Hitchcock did, right away he jumped out the Steen unit. So now the Penguins, who they're trying to match up right now, they get Englund off the ice. He may have to come back on. They have 6 players on the ice. This is just a matchup battle right now. And the official is escorting Orpik off because he saw right away that the Steen unit came off. It was a little bit of trickery. Reeves came on, came off. The Penguins kept their fourth line out. And this is the battles. This is coaching, and this is matchups in a 1-1 game.
Letang tried to reverse it. It got hung up there on the wall, and Oshie with it now. Letang wants to make sure he doesn't make a play off of that turnover. Oshie continues to battle, though, and gets back up with the puck on his backhand. Centers it. Quick shot. And that's blocked away. Great chance for Backes.
That's exactly
Blues,
why.
Once again, take advantage of a giveaway.
Yeah, and they take advantage of that change and that mismatch. The top line against the Penguins fourth, and they couldn't get Orpik and company and Letang on the ice. And boy, Backes almost made them pay.
Pietrangelo drops it back to Bouwmeester. Out on right wing now to TJ Oshie. Inside the Penguin zone is taken by Joe Vitale. And Niskanen over to Brooks Orpik. Now to Chris Kunitz. Kunitz looks at the net and shoots it off the stick of Roman Polak, and it comes off the corner boards out to Derek Englund. To Brooks Orpik.
Now the Penguins get their top line against the Blues. 4th unit. Let's see if they can take advantage.
The way Reeves is playing, it hardly would say that he's been a 4th line player tonight for the Blues. He's been good.
You're right.
These guys have been good
in the last game too, didn't he?
Yep. Now Derek Englund with it. He tried to get it to center, and it's going to be an offside call on the St. Louis Blues.
Well, Brent Johnson once said, we could smell rubber when that puck hits us in the mask. Fleury smelling rubber.
Leader. Still tied at 1 midway through the third, and there's a look at Alexander Steen. 14 goals in 14 games. In fact, he's the first NHL player to score 10 goals or more in the team's first 9 games since Chris Drury and Marian Hossa did it in the 06-07 season. Now, the Penguins actually won up that in 95-96 when Lemieux and Tomas Sandstrom scored 10 goals in the Penguins' first 10 games of the season. Still offense, guys, any way you shake it down.
Penguins work that puck inside the line. The Blues And Penguins locked up at 1 right now with 9:32 to go in the third period. This is Jaden Schwartz after the puck. Niskanen got in front of him. They collide as they go to the end board. Malkin there as well, trying to get possession. Niskanen falls down. Blues have the puck. Out of the corner comes Tarasenko. A shot hit a leg and came right to Barrett Jackman. Back in behind the net for Jaden Schwartz on his backhand. Out to the point now to Jackman. Over to Shattenkirk. He wrists it to the net. Fleury sees it and it goes in. It goes off his body. He saw it at the last second. And the Blues have a 2-1 lead.
Well, Shattenkirk floated this puck in from the point, and we talked about Tarasenko. The youngster waved his stick at this puck, but I don't think he touched it. But just waving your stick at the puck maybe was enough to disturb the vision of Marc-Andre Fleury, and that one trickles by the Flower. Somehow, some way, it's 2-1 St. Louis. Wow.
He didn't pick that shot up until the very last second. It went in between his right arm and his body, dropped down, and then slid across the goal line. Shattenkirk will get credit for the goal. Good eyes, Bob. You could really see that Tarasenko waved his stick at it, and I'm still not sure he didn't get a piece of it. Either way, it's a 2-1 lead for the Blues. They'll take the bounce.
Well, so, you know, that's the key. You have to get in the lane of the shot. Now you see the Penguins. You're trying to block it. You got two men there. You got Malkin. You got Tarasenko in the line of that shot, and it took Fleury a little bit of time to track it coming by all those players, and he just couldn't make a play on it.
Letang shoots one right through the goal mouth, and it goes to the far side. Brooks Orpik will take it. Down the wall for Dupuis, who sends it back into the corner to Chris Kunitz. Petrangelo's on him. Kunitz with Petrangelo in there battling, and now Kunitz turns out of that check. Cross for Letang, and Letang fires it wide off the boards. Crosby there to his backhand, and he couldn't pull the trigger. Crosby again along with Dupuis. Dupuis kicks it free, racing over to the puck, and you can feel the urgency now in the Penguins' effort as Crosby tries to move it in front. And it goes over to Alex Steen, and he'll carry back Crosby, climbing up his backside to try to take it away.
He's going to take a penalty by doing that.
Yes,
he showed a little bit of aggression, and Sidney Crosby, I didn't like that call at all. He came from underneath. The referee looking to blow the whistle on Steen. In a 2-1 hockey game, I don't know.
Let's watch.
I like the back check. See the stick got up into the hands, and Steen right away took that hand off the stick. You're not allowed to put your stick into the hands of a player. The referee makes the call. This is a huge penalty kill for Pittsburgh.
Steen drawing the attention of Sidney Crosby, and maybe too much attention. And now all of a sudden here are the Blues with a chance to take a 2-goal lead. And on the right side is Shattenkirk. Closes in, shoots it, Fleury the save. And he had a little trouble with that shot. He's able to freeze it. The puck was apparently loose, but the whistle had blown. The Blues shooting the puck into the net after the whistle. And the Penguins take exception to that.
Boy, look at all the bodies. All in the blue paint, right on top of the blue paint in front of Marc-Andre Fleury. And Shattenkirk again. Take a look at all the bodies in front of Marc-Andre Fleury, and he was able to get this puck. Oh boy, Brooks Orpik just burying his man in front. There's Shattenkirk playing after the puck with Brooks Orpik. Great job. And the penalty box has blown the whistle. The horn here in the building, and they want to take a look or reset something here as they have a discussion with the official.
The Penguins are 3-0-2 in their last 5 games against St. Louis. Their last 3 games have gone to overtime or a shootout, and 6 of the last 11 games have gone beyond regulation. So this is very typical of the ways these two teams have played one another. Right now, a very, very critical penalty killing situation for the Penguins, down by a goal.
Well, Tanner Glass has got to take this face-off. Brandon Sutter just left the ice. I think they tried to set him. And now the Blues are arguing with the officials. They want, I believe, Brandon Sutter to come back on the ice, and the Penguins will take that trade off.
During the break, there was a conversation between the two captains and the referees, and apparently they were talking about all that stuff you were referring to earlier, Bob, with their line changes and coaches trying to get the matchups they wanted.
Yep.
Trickery, as you called it. And they said, no more trickery, guys. They were talking to the captains. Very experienced officiating crew here as the puck is cleared by Orpik. It's Dave Jackson and Dan O'Halloran.
We got something going on in the face-off. Brandon Sutter's down without his helmet.
And they break that up. Sutter will head to the bench. And the Blues start the controlled breakout from their own zone. Stewart with it now. Feeds it ahead. Backhand try down low by Derek Roy. Gets to his own rebound. Stops up. Stewart, Sobotka, and Roy on the ice for St. Louis. And Brooks Orpik with a good defensive play there against Stewart. And then the Penguins shoot the puck down the ice. Now a battle here between Orpik and Sobotka back in the Penguin zone as the Blues once again will run a controlled breakout. They're on a power play here with 1:11 to go on the penalty to Sidney Crosby. And here they come.
There's a lot of extracurricular activity going on here. It started with that face-off with Sutter down, Sobotka on top of him. And the Penguins just got to get back to playing the game, and they need one to tie it up.
Good work by Niskanen to take it away from Oshie and backhand it into the St. Louis zone.
There's only one way to get back at a team, and that's not to go at them right now and take a penalty. It's to kill a penalty and go at them with some offense, some down low in zone offensive time, and try to get some shots on Halak. We haven't called Halak's name very often here.
Steen sends it down in behind the net. TJ Oshie has it there. Works it out to the point, and Bouwmeester now to Pietrangelo. Cross ice. Oshie with a shot down low and wide of the net off the corner boards. 13 seconds to go on the penalty to Sidney Crosby. Pietrangelo with it. Adams out here killing the penalty along with Joe Vitale. And it's Bouwmeester with it. Far side. Good save there by Fleury with a glove on a shot from the far side by TJ Oshie. And the puck goes up into the netting behind the goal.
And Crosby's back on the ice. The shots are 10-2 in the third period for the Blues. Here's the face-off. Look at them button heads like a bunch of rams. There's the headlock by Sobotka. And the takedown. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing that Sutter kept his head up there, because he could have easily hit the back of his head on that ice, and that would not have been pretty.
Very important penalty kill for the Penguins. The Blues with 10 shots in the period, the Penguins with only 2.
This is where you have to really focus in on your game. The officials are always in conversation with the players, and the Penguins, this is where you have to focus and hone in on your game and not be knocked off your game. Now Crosby's got to go back over to the timekeeper again, find out what the situation here is. We've had a lot of strange kind of delays, a lot of tactics. And the one that we talked about, and you alluded to, Staggy, that was a couple of timeouts ago, and that's where they were talking about, I believe, where Hitchcock threw Reeves over the boards, and then he took him off. And then the Penguins tried to match up with Orpik and company. That didn't work because the fourth line got stuck on the ice after the St. Louis Blues put their top line on the ice. And, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. Now, Sidney Crosby's talking to Jackman right now, explaining the situation. I almost think Jackman agreed with what he's had to say. So more clock issues here. 30 shots for the Blues, 17 for the Penguins. That's not the clock issue, nor is the score 2-1. So use this as a rallying point here for the Penguins, and really focus on what you have to do. You really have to not get off your game. And right now the Blues, they're one of the best teams at trying to get players off their game. Guys like Sidney Crosby, guys like Evgeny Malkin.
What's your thought, Bob, on why the Blues have been able to dominate in terms of shots in this period? They've kind of taken over in terms of generating offense. They're winning. Penguins with only 2 shots on goal.
They're winning 2-1 in terms of the face-off. I mean, they're winning battles off the face-off. I mean, that's where the puck possession has been won and lost in this hockey game, in my opinion. The Blues have been determined to even before that puck's dropped, to get in there and take away
a little bit of the space. The Penguins haven't had any in-zone time at all, not whatsoever. And possibly guys like Bo Bennett, guys like James Neal, maybe they're losing a little steam. Remember, Neal, this is only his second game. Bo Bennett was out for 11 games. It's tough. It's tough to play this kind of high-level hockey for 3 periods of play when you've been out that long.
Mata dumps it across the ice for Chris Letang, and it is Crosby and Malkin on the ice together right now, along with Chris Kunitz. And the puck shot to the corner. Malkin gets in after it around Bouwmeester. Malkin having gone 9 games without a goal. This would be a great time to get off the schneid. Here's a shot by Kunitz, and Halak makes the save. And Kunitz out to keep the puck in at the blue line. Slaps the puck down low. Crosby there, looks for Malkin. And now it's Bouwmeester with it. Crosby all over him. Tries to take it away from him. Oshie able to work it free for Backus. He snaps it out to Pietrangelo, and a 2-on-1 develops. It's Steen down the wing, coming to the goal. Great save by Fleury with a glove on the top goal scorer in the NHL.
Well, after the best shift really offensively for the Penguins, the Malkin-Crosby combination there. Letang pinches, he gets caught 2-on-1, and Fleury gives it, and he takes it away.
Just as we promised earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite.
And there it is, the play from Malkin to Jokinen on the power play for the Penguins after Jokinen kept the puck in for Pittsburgh.
Malkin with 5 assists, 4 straight games he's picked up an assist. And still looking for that next goal. The Blues leading 2-1 with 5:12 to go. Almost had what would have been a back-breaking third goal.
Yeah, Alexander Steen with points in 9 straight games was looking for another goal, his 15th of the season. It didn't happen. And by the way, that was Jokinen's 8th goal of the season to match the Penguins' leaders. Crosby and Kunitz both have 8.
Well, perhaps a game-saving or point-saving save by Marc-Andre Fleury on Steen. Let's see what happens. That was a gigantic save. Here's Brandon Sutter with it now. Sutter feeds it back in behind the net. Neal there. A little reverse hit on Barrett Jackman. He moves it out to the point. Anglin slapper. Caught up in the skates of Sutter. Neal looks for it, but Halak able to find it and freeze it.
Well, after Malkin played with Crosby on the last shift, the Penguins come out with Sutter, Jokinen, and Neal, and they get some offensive zone time here. Finally, Anglin with the shot towards the net. It goes off a couple of skates. One more look at the Fleury save. Oh, that's spectacular stuff right there. That was reminiscent of like Mike Palmateer or something. That 29, the glove flashing.
Angelin's shot. Oh, it deflected away from the net. Now it comes to Kunitz. Kunitz sends it back into the corner. And Crosby turns the corner now with it. Out to Letang. Letang risks it to the net, and it's off a leg and over to the far side again. The Penguins throwing pucks towards the goal, just not getting them through. Now Backus with it. And Letang steps up on him, and back to the puck is Sidney Crosby. A little billiard play there as he works it to Niskanen. And now a turnover in the neutral zone. Steen, Oshie, Backus, Oshie, off his stick. Fleury pushed it away. Lucky bounce there for the Penguins because Oshie was all alone in front of the goal, and the puck wandered off his stick. Now Dupuis with it. Dupuis down the right wing. Cuts it to the middle. Dupuis still trying to control that puck with Blues all over him, and he turns the puck over. Penguins needed to get the puck deep there, but Backus with it. And he'll wheel it into the Penguin zone. Blues are going to change. And Ole Mata will take the puck from Marc-Andre Fleury with 3:40 to go in the third period, and the Blues up by 1. Robert Bortuzzo can't do anything with it. Bo Bennett collides with Sobotka. Now Bennett dumps it in. James Neal trying to get after it. And we have a whistle here. And offside here.
The puck went up in the bench. The Penguins tried to dump it in here. Could have possibly happened.
Face off in the neutral zone with 3:28 to go.
Oh, boy, another great opportunity for the Blues. Oshie in front of Marc-Andre Fleury after Letang. Once Sidney Crosby makes the pass, and there's the interference by Steen in the neutral zone, and Crosby can't believe it. He had just got called a penalty himself for putting a stick into the hands of Steen, and Steen right there, no call on Crosby for impeding his progress.
Ole Mata moves it to the left wing off the stick of Bo Bennett up into the St. Louis zone. Halak moves it near side. This is Berglund. Chopping at him was Neal. There's been a lot of that hacking and whacking going on. Now Malkin and Tarasenko, Bortuzzo and Berglund in the corner. Berglund protects the puck. Bortuzzo leaning on him. And it'll be taken by Bo Bennett in his own zone. Able to get it out to center to Evgeny Malkin. He and Neal come into the blue zone. Malkin stops up just inside that blue line. Tough to make plays there on the Blues right now. They're doing a good job of defending that line. Now taken by Brooks Orpik. Chris Letang. Letang with nothing but Blues in the neutral zone. Sends it on the right wing, and D'Agostini can't stay onside on the play, and they'll bring it back. A lot of blue jerseys, Bob, right in front of you there.
Well, they are. They're packing it up. They're forcing the Penguins to get the puck in behind them and win a battle that way. So Pittsburgh have to do it from behind that goal line or off a face-off play in the offensive zone, it appears. There's only 2:23 left on the clock.
By the way, Sobotka, the top face-off man in the NHL, has won 11 face-offs and lost 2 tonight.
This is going to be an ice, I think. Nope. Halak went out to play. It jumped over the stick of D'Agostini, and they're ready to call ice there. Let's see if the Penguins could take advantage.
Sutter in the corner with Polak. Jokinen tries to power his way in front of the net. Continues to protect the puck near side. Jokinen brings it up high, sends it back to the net, and it just missed the goal. What a sneaky shot. Now to the corner, it's Letang behind the goal for D'Agostini. Letang steps in front. They're battling away in front of the goal. The puck's loose, and the Blues end up with it. And on the right wing, it's Stewart. Orpik stays with him and knocks it off his stick. Down to 1:37 to go in this game.
Yeah, the puck went down the other end. Halak went to the water bottle and got water, a drink of water during the play in a 2-1 game with 1:37 left. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And an icing call against the Penguins. This is a tough one here with 1:25 to go.
Now the Penguins almost took advantage of a situation. The puck went down the right wing wall. It jumped over D'Agostini's stick. He didn't touch it. Would have been icing. Halak was out there to stop it. The Penguins crashed that net and almost got the tire. But Halak, boy, he's barely broke a sweat here in the third period. Cool as a cucumber grabbing that water ball during play.
Timeout for the Penguins and a good time to take it. Even on the icing call and also the fact that there's 1:25 to go. Here are the goals in the game. There are only 3 of them, and the Blues with 2.
Yeah, Reeves. The Penguins tie it up on the power play. Jokinen, and then here in the third period of play, a seemingly innocent shot gets through the paraphernalia of Fleury and dribbles over that goal line, and that's the difference.
Penguins need to win a faceoff.
Win a face-off, get it down the ice, and let's see who the Penguins come out with.
By the way, Yaroslav Halak has a 1.92 goals against average since the start of the 2010 season on home ice. That is the top goals against average in the NHL. He's had a good night here tonight against the Penguins, who've only generated 19 shots. The Blues with 32.
So after the ice, D'Agostini is on the ice with Crosby, with Letang, with Niskanen, and with Chris Kunitz as he comes over the boards. And I don't think he's sure about what his assignment is right now. He's talking with the players. What's this face-off, boys? They have a lot of names that they use, and Kunitz has been informed on what they're doing here.
Well, they've got just coming off an icing call, so there's kind of a different combination of players on the ice. And Crosby against Steen pulls it back to the corner, and the Penguins win control of the puck, and they'll be able to make a change. Onto the ice came Malkin, but the Penguins turn it over in their own zone. They got to start over now as the puck goes to the corner and then out of play. And another face-off coming up.
There you have a look at Alexander Steen, former Leaf. 14 goals in 14 games. He was denied on a 2-on-1 here in the third period by the glove hand of Marc-Andre Fleury.
Brian Burke did some good things when he was in Toronto, but one of them was not trading Alex Steen to the St. Louis Blues with Carlo Koliakovo for Lee Stempniak. Giving up on a first-round pick like that.
Malkin and Crosby.
And Kunitz with the puck, and he'll dump it in. Back over to the far side, and Malkin forcing the play behind the net. Malkin controlling the puck. Fleury goes to the bench. Extra attacker on. It's James Neal. Crosby knocks it out of midair behind the net. Bouwmeester there. Kunitz working hard, moves it to the right point to Niskanen. Niskanen to Letang. Can't shoot it. A man right on him. Now he battles to try to keep the puck in. That was Oshie who blocked the shot. Malkin there against Pietrangelo. Comes out of there with a puck, and to Backes, who feeds it up the wing. Niskanen will go back to get it with an empty net. 35 seconds to go. Penguins down by 1. Matt Niskanen carries the puck ahead. Out here with Crosby and Neal and Malkin. Kunitz and Letang. Malkin after the puck. Around Bouwmeester. Malkin throws it in front. Neal can't get to it. Glove down by Niskanen. 20 seconds to go in the game. Malkin near side. Hit by Backes from behind. Throws it back to the net. Neal trying to play the puck. Comes to the near wall. 12 seconds to go. Malkin trying to feed it back to the front of the net. The Blues have it. Oshie clearing up the wall, and then Backes gets it the rest of the way. That should do it. 6 seconds to go. Letang racing back. He gets to the puck. It is an icing call, so there will be one more opportunity for the Penguins with 3.6 seconds remaining.
Well, Kunitz wants more time. Remember, Letang doesn't have to touch the puck. He just has to get to that dot. It's the hybrid icing. That's going to save some time. The officials over at the box. I think another second should go on this time. And that's where this could benefit the Penguins, the hybrid icing. Letang does not have to touch the puck. He just got to get to that dot.
Boy, Bob, that is such a great observation by you. And we always wondered if that might happen, where it might just give you that extra second or two at the end of a game in a situation like this. Let's see what happens with the clock.
Yep, 4.1, so they get another half a second. Let's see if it makes a difference.
Crosby will take the face-off against Backes. A matchup that we were very much looking forward to in this game. Backes pulls it back to the corner. 1 second to go. Penguins can't get the puck. And the St. Louis Blues defeat the Pittsburgh Penguins here tonight in another tight, low-scoring game, just as we anticipated. Our McDonald's player of the game is Ryan Reeves. Reeves scoring the opening goal of the game. The winner scored by Shattenkirk here in the third period.
It was a battle. Two of the top teams in the National Hockey League fighting for turf, really. It was one heck of a game. The Penguins kept Steen off the board, but they could not get a point here out of St. Louis.
They each had 22 points coming into the game. The Blues now have 24, and the Penguins have 20.